Now we're live on my side. Yay! Hi, chat.
Oh, yay.
For context, both for Mama Zella and anyone watching, it took me a little extra time to set up today because I am doing, I don't think I'm gonna try any rock carving tonight, but I am going to be polishing rocks. So I had to make like a little contraption, uh, kind of like if you've ever seen like a fume hood kind of thing. I kind of like made my own little fume hood so that I don't have to wear like uh I forgot the
Protective goggles so you don't
yeah.
get rock in your
Well,
eyes.
that and then you have to wear a respirator. It's a whole thing. So
Yeah, you might want to wear the mask. I don't know. Dust can be really bad. Some of that kind of
yeah.
rock.
So what I did is you can't see it on stream because the I poked basically did a hole in the top of it so the camera can look in. But I taped up all of the like where my hands go into it and like where the camera is. Um
Okay.
but yeah, so it took me a minute to set up, and then I didn't think about the fact that since I set up the box first, I could that's why I accidentally moved my table is I couldn't see over I couldn't see over it to see my computer screen. Um so
Oh, darn, we're stunned.
that's okay. But yes, hello chat. Even though it doesn't look like it, there is a plastic film protecting my camera lens because I do not have a lens protector yet. That is definitely something that I need to buy. But for now, plastic is fine.
Oh, my, you're almost dead. I've got a Bartleby. I'm throwing a Bartleby. I'm not almost dead, but you were getting down there.
I mean, I might die this turn. They can hit me hard.
Well, my Bartleby will bring you back. Yes, I can speak.
It's okay.
So I didn't just have my furnace maintenance today. Turned out the plumbing maintenance as well, and my Terminex showed up today because it was time for my quarterly outside treatment. And as he walked up the porch, he's standing on the top step, and right above him swinging is one of those big black spiders like I talked about
Oh
that
fuck.
hung out there. And I said, "Well, while you're at it, could you get rid of that spider?" He's like, "Oh, it's an orb weaver. They're blind." I said, "Yes, but I hate all spiders." And he said, "Okay, I understand. I'll get rid of it."
Yeah, I've told Zealot about that before about orb weavers. They're because they don't really care about people.
No, but
But
I if it's across my porch where I walk down the steps and I move its web, it reacts to the web vibrations
well,
because it
yeah,
can't see.
yeah. No, I get that.
And I
Because
just
when I was
don't
growing
want.
up, which I learned that the orb weaver that I saw is native to like the southeast, so like it's from Mississippi. That's why I haven't seen one since moving out here to the East Coast. But
Here in Illinois.
yeah, but it was an orb weaver, and it was this tiny little guy, and he had a like he was maybe the size of a jumping spider.
Okay,
But
here's the thing. This orb weaver,
mhm.
the body was the size of a dime.
Oh yeah, that's pretty big for an orb weaver. Yeah, I
Yes,
actually
that's my
I
problem. All the orb weavers I've ever run into were
are big.
bigger,
Yeah.
were big.
Yeah, I ran into an orb weaver. Was it last week, Zealot, or was it the week before?
Wait, you
What?
ran into one in Virginia when you thought they weren't there?
Well,
What?
there's some, but the one that I saw in Mississippi is different. Because it looks like a crab. Like it looks like a crab but with black and red on top of it. It's a really weird guy. He's like spiky. But it was that day that you went to work. It was one of the days you went to work and like I was still home and you asked me to take the trash out and I immediately got jumped by a fucking orb weaver when I walked under that tree.
Did you break its web? Is that why it jumped on you?
Yeah, cuz apparently it attached its web to either the sidewalk or one of the cars. and I was on the sidewalk. So I didn't really get a choice in it
Yeah,
because,
the Terminix guy said that they basically they can't see and they react completely to the vibration of their webs.
yeah. Well, and the funniest part was that our neighbor said, because I texted her about it, because I don't remember if I told you about this, but I also found a snake skin in our front yard, and I couldn't identify like what it was really. Because the easiest way usually to identify them is by their head, and the head of it got messed up. So I mean, like, I knew it was a snake. I knew how long it was from the snake skin, but that was about it. So I was texting her to let her know, like, hey, tell your kids be careful if they're playing in the yard, kind of thing, because I didn't know what kind of snake it was. And I told her about the orb reaver, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I ran into him when I brought our trash cans out too." And I was just like, "God damn it," because I had just woken up, like literally Zealot woke me up and was like, "Hey, can you take the trash out before the trash people get here?" And I was like, "Of course he leaves for work," and then I immediately run into a fucking spider. I was very
That's
upset
bad.
about it because, like, I don't hate spiders as much. I definitely feel bad whenever we have to like kill them in the house because they make these little grabby things. I'm doing gestures as if you can see my camera. Um, but it's like it looks like a broom because it's like bristles, but the bristles can open and close. That way you can grab the spider and but it's closed up tight enough that it can't move. That way and then you can go outside and like release it.
No, because they come in again. As I was saying to the Terminix guy, I had somebody once say to me, "You should capture and put them back outside." I said, "No, they my land, they die."
Is Illinois even a stand your ground state? I mean,
Yes.
not that you need that for spiders, but
It's not a full stand your ground state. You can only do it inside your property. You cannot stand your ground anywhere else
Because
in
I'm
the
in
state.
my house and it's in my house. I can stand my ground.
that's fair. But yeah, that's how Zealot is for sure. Like
Sorry, no capturing and throwing outside. They're just going to find their way back in again. No. In fact, he said he killed one that was trying to get in through the crawl space on the outside wall, and he sprayed it with the spider stuff and watched it curl up really nicely. Not an orb spider, a different kind. So I was
yeah,
quite happy.
yeah,
Just like 2 weeks ago when the Terminix guys were out here, which is why I wasn't expecting today, I had them go in my crawl space and spray for spiders and spray
yeah.
around the door to my attic and spray around the house and put boxes down to capture them. So
Mm.
they don't want to die, don't come in my house.
Well, they don't know that.
They'll learn. The mice haven't had a mouse in my house since 2017. I
Well,
joke there's a little sign
mice
down in the
also
crawl
probably
space.
probably generally have a longer lifespan.
Well, I joke that Kara was the last one to kill a mouse, and that was in 2017. I haven't seen a mouse or evidence of mice in my house since then.
Hmm.
I joke there's a little sign down in the crawl space in mouse that says, "Don't go up there. There's 5 cats."
Well, and I
Because I
mean,
can't imagine any of these
I'm sure
cats
to a
eating
degree
them
they can also
completely.
smell it. I don't know
That
how.
didn't stop the one that Kara killed,
Well, that's fair. Well, not.
but then there was only three
I mean,
cats.
I was gonna say it depending on the mouse. Not. I mean, not every cat is gonna attack you per
Well,
se.
no, Bootsy and Tiger did not kill mice. They'd catch them and then they didn't know how to finish the job and then they'd end up letting it go.
That's probably what Ryder
Um,
would do if
and
he
when
even caught
Snowy
it.
died, I'm like, which one of the cats is going to kill the mice now? I don't want this that they're not going to be able to kill it.
Right.
And I prayed about it and I came home. It was 2 months after Dawn died.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home and there's Kara, all prim and proper, sitting next to a very dead and bloody mouse. She was the four-pawed declawed cat that I took over
Oh my
adopted from
god.
somebody.
And she
And
still
she was very
murdered the
proud of
mouse.
herself. And
Good
she's sitting
lord.
there, and I'm trying not to scream. I'd never seen a mouse that bloody, and it was dead.
I
And
mean,
she's just sitting there
yeah.
right next to it, all proud. And I told her how good of a kitty she was as I was brooming the dustpan to
yeah.
get it onto
Look,
the
Ma, look what
dustpan
I
so I could
did.
get outside.
Yeah.
And that was the last mouse I saw in the house because Snowy had died, and Snowy was the mouser who knew how to kill him. Don would basically, if Snowy had one in his mouth, Don would say, Snowy, is it dead? If it was dead, Snowy would drop it at Don's feet. If it wasn't dead, Snowy would not let Don take it until it was dead. He knew how to suffocate them. Tiger and
Okay.
Bootsy got a hold of the mouse and they didn't know how to do the death blow, as it were, and dropped it. And Snowy just glared at him and went after it.
That's cute.
Bootsy was the one that, okay, so this is a long time ago. Don had gone overseas for a business trip. Michael was in high school. And, sorry, I was choosing a spell. So, I'm home. It's like a Wednesday when I'm home during the day. He's at school, and the cats are trying to catch this mouse. Garfield was our cat at the time who was the mouser. Garfield and Trolley were the mousers. Bootsy was the little thief who would steal toys from their mouths. If they were playing with something, she'd be like, oh, I want to play with it and steal it. So she thought they had a toy. She stole it out of Garfield's mouth and is sitting there, and that thing moved in her mouth.
Uh-huh.
She jumped 3 feet in the air, back 2 feet, every hair on her body standing up, squeak, growled, and hissed all at the same time. Dropped the mouse.
She said,
And
"What the
Garfield
fuck?"
and Trolley looked at her like, and you call yourself a cat? And
Oh, yeah.
the mouse went, and the mouse is sitting, breathing real hard, like on
Oh,
the
yeah, I
kitchen
mean-
chair where it jumped. And I go, you're cute, but die. And it goes running off, and Garfield and Trolley go after it. And Bootsy's just like, she never tried to steal something from Garfield ever again after that.
Yeah, I mean,
What
she
a
learned.
liar.
She learned her lesson.
Yeah.
Which is why it was really weird that when she lost her hearing, and this is just a few months before Dawn died, there was a mouse that Snowy was trying to kill, and Tiger and Bootsy kept getting a hold of it, but they wouldn't kill it, and then Snowy'd have to go find it. We're in bed, and Bootsy was doing the like she did when she carried your toys, Zealot,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and it sounded different. And I looked at Dawn. I turned on the light and I said, Dawn, she's got that mouse in her mouth. Oh, no, she doesn't. She has one of the toys. I said, no, she has the mouse. I kneeled up on the bed and looked over the foot of the bed, and there she is sitting with the mouse in her mouth. I looked at, and she's deaf now at this point. She was like almost 19.
Hmm.
And I looked at her. She looked up at me, realized I was watching her, and dropped the mouse, and it went under the bed
Oh no.
because it was still alive. I looked at Dawn, says, I'm not going to sleep until that mouse is gone.
Yeah.
Tiger immediately dives under the bed. Don's on his hands and knees trying to find it under the bed. Can't find it, can't find it, can't find it. I'm like, I am not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Oh yeah.
And they never found it. Well, months go by, and I start hearing scratching in the heater vent that's next to my side of the bed that goes down. And I think it fell down in there, and there was no way for it to get out of there. But I don't know for sure. I just hear it occasionally, and then I stopped hearing it. So I feel bad for it, but you came in my house, you die.
Oh.
Okay, I've talked to Ivan. Look for Danton. Oh, Ivan's now going with us. Okay. Click my question mark. Don't go off anywhere.
I wish I knew how to turn the little light off on this.
What the heck is with the stupid?
You just gotta go through the next door.
No, I know. I kept having question marks coming up. I'd go through one set and there'd be another one. Had 3 sets of them I had to go through. Okay, I'm here now. White winter owl added to your pet tome. I must have gotten an owl in one of the loots.
You got a Mindy.
I guess. I didn't know I did. I don't tend to pay attention to the loot because we're usually moving on to go to the next combat. I wish I known your. Oh, well, I'm
Oh,
hitting the first one
also,
with
if I
you.
have not told you about it, there's a store that recently opened uh near us in Fredericksburg that was apparently, I think we lived near one when we were in Alexandria, but I didn't know what it was because I could have sworn that there was one like down the street. Called it's literally just called World Market, and I went there I think last week, um, because there's not a whole lot in that shopping center, and I was looking to get tea, and I kind of figured that like a place that says it's World Market is probably got better tea options than Target at least. Uh, which luckily I was correct in that assumption. I did find some really nice tea, uh, but they have all sorts of like internationally imported like snacks and stuff. Um, so I was telling Zealot he's not as interested as I am, but I'm excited to try like they have all the like weird Kit Kat flavors that they release in other countries and stuff. Um, and they've
I
been
had a strawberry Kit Kat once. There was one year when I was traveling with as a Supreme Officer, went to a Grand Court, and they had the mini Kit Kats that come out,
Mhm.
like the little
Yeah, the
snackers,
little ones, yeah.
and it had vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry ones in there. I'd never had a strawberry Kit Kat before, and it was pretty tasty.
Yeah, they have some funky flavors of Kit Kats now. Like I think I saw one recently that they dropped for fall that's like a maple Kit Kat. Um,
Um,
but I was telling Zealot I was looking at their website because we're going out this weekend, and I was thinking about getting one of the little weird like snack boxes that has like all the different kinds of snacks from like a country or region. Um, and I found that they have a literal, it's like a mix bag of all of the little mini Kit Kats and just random flavors from other countries. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of tempted though because they've come out with some weird flavors before with Kit Kat. We also tried a new Blizzard from Dairy Queen, but it was unfortunately underwhelming. Uh,
what was it?
it's Oreo and Reese's.
Um,
But I mean, I feel like that's just a combination that people do anyway.
I
Um,
will still say, if you're going to do a Blizzard, you get chocolate DQ. The chocolate DQ with Snickers or the
oh,
chocolate DQ with Reese's Cups are the two best Blizzards in the world. Not chocolate, not them mixing hot fudge with vanilla ice cream. Chocolate DQ.
chocolate DQ.
Basically, they're soft serve.
Uh
Some
huh.
Dairy Queens actually have a chocolate version of the soft serve. It's not mixed with the hot fudge to make it chocolate. It's actually a chocolate soft serve.
Oh, okay.
And you basically order the Blizzard, like I order a Snickers Blizzard with chocolate
Hmm.
DQ. And you
That's
have
what
to
I
say
know.
it like that
Oh, okay. 'Cause I know that
because if you say chocolate, if
Zealot
you
has
say
always done
chocolate,
chocolate.
well, the thing is if you just say a chocolate Blizzard with with the Snickers, they'll mix hot fudge sauce with the vanilla soft serve. Chocolate
Oh,
DQ tastes like
yeah.
chocolate ice
I
cream.
did notice that whenever I was ordering chocolate ones for Zealot was they whatchamacallit, like the texture difference between like the
Yeah.
sundaes and the like blizzards. I didn't realize that they literally used like um different serve like, granted I've never
Soft serve.
worked at a Dairy Queen, so like I wasn't really aware of that.
It was something my big
So
brother and when I say big brother, frat sorority thing, when I was a freshman in college, he was a
mhm.
senior, and that was when Blizzards
Yeah,
first came
I
out.
well
And he's the
I
one
did
that
a
introduced
fraternity, so
me. He's the one that introduced me to the soft serve when they first came out. He introduced me to chocolate soft serve
oh, okay.
back in 1983. Wow. I'd never heard of a Blizzard, and he took me out for Blizzards one night
Oh my goodness,
after a movie or something.
that's fair. Actually, I don't know when Dairy Queen opened. It's been around a while at this point, but
Well, 83 was when they first introduced the Blizzard. Realized Dairy Queen was around when I was a little girl. But
yeah,
and like peanut
cause
butter
it's
I
still.
was I was peanut butter parfaits were introduced when I was a kid. Um, the dilly bars were introduced when I was a kid. So, but the Blizzard was introduced in 1983 when I was a freshman in college.
Uh, wait,
Not
what year
getting
did
my
you graduate?
83 was
Uh,
when I graduated from high school.
from high school? Okay.
Graduated with my bachelor's degree in 87, graduated with my master's degree in 89, the same year Don graduated with his bachelor's in 89, and we
Oh,
got
okay.
married that
I
same
always
weekend.
forget that I think you're a little bit older than my parents. Not by a lot, though.
I'm
Uh,
60.
yeah, my parents are like mid-50s. They're born a couple months apart. My mom's July and my dad is December. So people make jokes about them having an age gap, but they don't actually have an age gap.
Don't even talk about age gaps. Me and Zilla can tell you about the grief I went through for 3 weeks every year. For 3 weeks, I was 3 years older than Don instead of 2.
Yeah, that's basically what happened with my mom and my dad. And then it didn't help that my first boyfriend in high school made the mistake of coming with me to either Christmas or Thanksgiving one year with my family, and I was a year older than him, and they were like, "Oh, like mother like daughter." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, thanks guys."
There's nothing wrong. Actually, it was funny. I had a doctor, my pediatrician, actually, when I first started dating Don, I was still seeing him for my migraines. And he said, actually, that's good that you're older than him because you'll die at the same time. I said, what? He says, with him being younger than you, uh, and men dying sooner than women usually, you'll die about the same time or something like that. Or I
Oh,
forget but he was basically saying that it was better for me to marry a younger guy. I thought that was kind of interesting. I'd never heard that theory before. So,
yeah, definitely something I've had to bug Zealot about before. Is like he worries that because of our age gap that like he's gonna die before me, which is understandable. But I also remind him like, you know, your health is fine. Ironically, I have more health issues than he does most of the time. Which I did actually. I went to the doctor on Monday to get a referral about my I've been having issues sleeping, but not like falling asleep, but like staying asleep or like sleeping like getting REM sleep basically is what the doctor said it sounded like is like I'm not getting enough REM sleep.
okay.
So I actually have a sleep study and I'm just like hoping and praying I don't have sleep apnea at 25. Uh
About the time Zella was diagnosed,
yeah, that's fair.
a little after that.
Yeah, and my dad and his dad both have sleep apnea, so not impossible. Uh I didn't really want to be the child that gets all the health issues before 30, but cuz like my mom said that she wasn't diagnosed with her hypothyroid until she was in her 30s. And I got diagnosed at 19, so it was like, well,
I wasn't diagnosed diabetic until I was in my 30s.
yeah, my mom got diagnosed as diabetic in her 40s, I think. 40s or 50s, actually.
I think my grandmother was in her 60s when she was finally diagnosed.
Yeah.
Mom was in her 30s.
Mm. Yeah, that's something that me and Zealot were talking about, I think this last Sunday. But is how Steve has had to get, used to a lot of like lifestyle changes because of getting diagnosed with diabetes. And it's like, yep, it's one of those things that is unfortunately you just kind of have to adapt. Can't just ignore it. That was something that my mom definitely struggled with for a while. Was like we ate a lot of pasta, and obviously pasta is a big no-no when you're diabetic.
Well,
So
carbs are in general, yeah.
yeah. And so she was very upset about that. And it didn't help that my dad, who was diagnosed pre-diabetic at this point, would still make pasta, but his metabolism was just better, so he would be fine. And I was just like, you gotta stop. Your wife can't eat this. Even if you can eat it, she can't eat it. Stop being a bad influence.
Let's see. Balance and ice. Won't need the prisms.
We also have initiative, so that helps.
Putting the blade on myself. Well, I did my COVID shot today, so I've done all 3 of my shots. Pneumococcal, flu, and COVID now. 2 weeks apart.
Wait, what COVID shot did you get? Was it like a booster?
The booster.
Oh,
You get a
okay.
booster.
Oh, okay.
My doctor recommended it. I said, do I still need to get one? He's like, yeah, you probably should. There's some new strains and
I was
they
gonna
need
say,
to-"
we've actually had a couple friends catch COVID recently, so.
Oh, there's been several people. In fact, a couple that I know from Iowa, I think you may have met them a couple of times, Zealot. They're the ones I joke are my dealers with the wine I like from Iowa. He had COVID and they couldn't be at Grand Court. He finally was released that he had been quarantined long enough that they could come Saturday night. So I got to see him for a little bit. And I did do a COVID test once I was home, since I wasn't doing the COVID shot until today. I did do a COVID test when I got home Sunday. But I did the pneumococcal when
Oh,
I was in the doctor's
Fuck,
office.
I didn't realize you put a dispel on me. Oh, well, that sucks.
I didn't notice it either, sorry.
That's okay. I've never seen actually the enemy cast that shit, so that's fatiguing.
The pneumococcal was the one that hurt the worst. I ended up with a lump and it was sore for like 4 days in my arm. There was a knot. It took a while for the knot to go down. Flu virus and the COVID virus, nothing. But I had a nice lunch with our friend that came down to visit Arbiter over the weekend. And I got to have lunch with Arbiter, 2 of his kids, and the other friend before the friend left town when I got home Sunday.
Hi, boy. Meow.
Dad, Mom's making weird noises upstairs.
He's zooming.
Yeah, his food just went off.
Oh, I was talking to somebody and they have a cat very similar to Ryder that is very food motivated. And yeah, they're sitting there staring at it, waiting for it to drop. They don't run to get there. They are there waiting 5 minutes before it drops. They know when it's going to drop.
Yeah, he started doing the running since we moved into the house.
Oh yeah, he did it when I was out there last year. He would be downstairs with me, and all of a sudden he'd go zooming, and I
Yep.
heard the food dropping as
Yep.
he was zooming. So.
Yep.
So if you get a chance on Facebook, there is a page called Felix, Bella, Willow, all one word. Felix and Willow are the cats. And they're British. And you have to play it. I was reading the tech, I was reading them not playing the sound. And then one day I clicked it so that Felix is actually talking about his antics. And they're using some sort of AI voice that talks like this. He's got a voice like this. It's like a little nerdy voice that he's talking. And it's basically she is hilarious. If it's the woman writing up the stuff, she is very talented and she should do books because the way she writes up what Felix does or Willow does to get in trouble or their antics, it's hilarious to read. I start laughing out loud. But it's Felix, Bella, Willow, and they're pretty cats. Felix is a black and white tuxedo, and Willow is a torty calico. It came across my page. It was on my feed one day, so I clicked to see what the complaint was about Felix, and I guess he hangs out. There's a mechanic shop next door to where they live, and he goes over and hangs out with the mechanics all day long. They're indoor, outdoor cats. And one day, he was sitting there in the garage and saw a pair of overalls that had just been casually tossed on the chair. So he grabbed them and ran back home with them and left them in the middle of the kitchen floor for Mom to find like a prize. She comes in and says, "You naughty little thief," and marches back over with him to the garage. And he's following along like an accomplice, he says. And the guys are all like, "Oh, thanks for finding them. We thought we were imagining things. We thought we could have sworn we laid them down, but we couldn't find them." So, just really funny.
Meow. I hear you. What?
I heard that. Hi, Ryder. How's
I'm
my
not sure.
grandkitty?
Not sure where he is. He sounds like he's by the stairs. What boy?
I need to heal myself. I have no heals at the moment. I will in a moment. I'm just gonna pass. Pitch. That one.
Meow.
Oh boy. You just ate. What's up? Hi. Put the little napkin up here. You can sit on that.
Hi, Ryder.
I mean, he won't hear you from my side because my headphones cover my ears, but it's coming
You
up.
never know. His hearing is better than ours.
Ryder boy. Sure, but where are you? Oh, hi. 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 Hi, boy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm relaxed enough. You can actually be on my belly tonight.
Oh, he wanted belly time.
Oh, I mean, he jumped up on it immediately.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah. He's not flopping yet. He just stands up, though. I think we're getting stunned here.
I think so. Thankfully, I still have my shield up, so I didn't take any damage. But
over time. No, I mean, you've taken a lot of damage.
yeah, but I've got a spirit armor up right now. So I took 0 from that thing, and I have no healing.
Boy, put your body down. Lay down.
Oh.
Lay down. There you go. There you go.
Hmm.
All right, Duck. Settle a conversation I'm having with Yari. Does a vibration collar ever make a dog howl like in pain?
Vibration or a shock collar?
Vibration. Would a vibration collar, not a shock collar, make
Okay.
a dog ever howl
Did
out
the-
from the irritation or sensitivity?
So what I was going to ask is, did the dog ever have a shock collar? Because it might feel the vibration, have memories of the shock collar.
Yeah, there's that, and I was also thinking like they might howl if they're like panicking.
Well, that
Um,
would
Well,
have, if you had memories of a shock collar.
or if they're
So,
just
like-
not familiar with it. Was
like the first couple times you're using it, the dog might howl from it.
yeah.
Now, what if you've had the dog for about a year?
How long has it had the vibration collar?
Supposedly, I think the streamer that had the dog issued yesterday has had the dog for about at least 3 months. I can check.
Take the
for-
collar off and do like show it like what it does, vibration, like put it
I
on his.
mean, the person did put it up on stream today and showed there's no prongs, but there was another streamer who looked up the company that because he talked about the brand of the collar he got
Uh-huh.
and found that that company makes a vibration and a shock collar that look very similar to each other, just the prongs are missing. So
Yeah.
it's not that
It's possible the dog, if the dog was previously owned, it may have had a shock collar.
okay.
That might be something to find out. Have him see if you can find out from the previous owner or from the wherever he got adopted from, had it dealt with a shock collar before. Thing he could do is maybe put the collar on his wrist and activate it to show the dog that it doesn't hurt him.
Yeah, because
But-
it could also be like dogs are not all that different from people in the sense of like if it's a
Oh gosh.
if it's a learned
The
behavior.
guy from NCIS LA, Chris O'Donnell's now going to be doing a 911 Nashville. Huh. I just saw the ad for it. Sorry. That was a segue.
But yeah, as someone who does like the behavioral stuff, it could also be like a learned thing. Like if the dog yelps and they get attention and they've been consistently getting attention when they do that, it could also be a learned thing of like, oh, well, if
Oh, yeah, I got killed. I desperately need healing, and so do you.
I know. I'm trying to heal myself. I have nothing else other than this, and it only heals me.
Were you just not healing us the entire combat?
I haven't gotten a healing spell.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
haven't been casting. If you haven't noticed, I've been passing like the last 7 turns.
I guess I just been curious what you did cast, because like this is a small heal too.
No, this is actually not a small heal. It's like a 5 or 6 pip heal. It was like a 5 or 6 pip spell. Like I said,
500
haven't-
healing over 3 rounds. That's not a lot of healing.
yes, but when you're looking at a hand that has a spider, a treant, a djinn, an earthwalker, a forest lord, a scarecrow, and King Artorias, and you're trying
Okay.
to pitch your hand to get a heal,
So
it's
you
not
dump
working.
your hand. So you
I
dump your
am
hand.
I wasn't dumping my whole hand. I dump a couple 3 because usually I get a heal that way. I'm trying, but I haven't drawn a heal this entire combat.
Okay.
I think I did a Bartleby early on, and that was the last heal I had.
Okay. Maybe after this comment, you need to check the mix of healing spells in your deck.
No,
Maybe
I
just-
know what they are. They're maxed out. All of my healing spells are maxed out.
Okay.
I'll check, but all of my healing spells are maxed out. It's just I'm just getting the draw of the offensive stuff I have, not the defensive stuff.
I wonder if this is how I feel kind of like a dentist right now.
Why? Oh, doing the rocks?
Yeah, because I have a Dremel, like a hand drill that I'm using for it, and so the really annoying part is that I know that I'm just drilling off dirt, but it's dirt that has fucking solidified to the rock. So luckily I can wet it and it mostly is coming off, but I feel like a dentist grinding down someone's fucking teeth.
It's out my hand, and every single card, I got a minor that I could use. Everything else was attacks. I've dumped them again. Hopefully that's hitting you. Good, it's hitting you.
Yeah, she cast it on me.
I know she did. I was glad she cast on you. I got it. Oh, there we go. Finally got a satyr. I'm throwing on you.
You can flop her. Okay, if your dog was well behaved, would you still put a vibration collar on him?
Why
It
would you need a
depends.
vibration collar on it if it's well behaved?
Well, it depends if your yard is fenced in. I know there's some people that will use it for proximity like that.
Okay, what if you live in a house with a backyard that's fenced in?
Oh, then yeah, I just have a regular collar on them.
Right. Okay. So basically, this is a political streamer who yesterday had their dog usually in frame behind them, and the dog is like on like it's either a treadmill or a bed that's meant to hold its weight because it's a mastiff breed.
Okay,
It's a large
so
dog.
so it's a big boy, yeah.
And the dog tried to walk off of it. The streamer looked back and said, "No, get back there." And then reached out of frame, but you could see their hand move, and the dog immediately after the hand movement went no, in
Oh.
like a howl of pain.
I love when
And that has
people
gotten the
I love when people actively abuse their animals on stream. Hello?
Yeah. So a lot of people are like, thought that was a shock collar moment. He then showed his collar to be. This is a political streamer, so this is why it's coming up. I have the politics tabbed on, but I'm not talking politics yet. But there's a political streamer who gets a lot of hate in general. So obviously, people want blood when it comes to this person. They want to prove this person wrong. They want to humiliate them, etc. So like, I'm doing my best effort to be like, well, what if it was a vibration collar?
Okay.
Would you use a vibration collar if you had a fenced-in backyard and it was a well-behaved dog? Like,
Most people wouldn't. Anyone
if you were living in it,
anyone
would you
anyone I've known that has used any kind of a shock collar or a vibration collar, it's usually because they have a big piece of land and they can't get to the dog if the dog is like getting into some shit.
So the only other thing I could think about with that is since it's a big mastiff and there are people who are scared of big dogs, whether he's friendly or not, the vibration collar might be a way to make him not be exuberant around people. Like, if the
I
dog
mean,
started
that
to react.
is plausible. The streamer does have people occasionally in-house come in and do like collabs with them. So I could believe that on that particular day the streamer was by himself. And I can understand Big Dog getting into some shit because we have cats, obviously, and I have to wander off during stream sometimes because Mr. Ryder decides to, piss on the wall or get into some garbage or
But with it being a
make mess.
mastiff and how big mastiffs are, and mastiffs have a powerful jaw. What is it when somebody can exert the pressure they can exert with their jaw?
Oh, I know what you're
Mastiffs
talking
have a
about.
really
I forgot.
high.
I forgot what that's called. I know what you're talking about though.
So I can see if it's a mastiff, he might have that to help protect people who the dog might see aggressively.
Okay. But I'm just trying to figure this out because, like, not owning dogs.
Now,
Ever.
why he would make the dog stay on the treadmill while
I mean,
he's swinging?
it's either a nest or something, but yeah, it's in the background.
I mean, it could be like a bed of some
I
kind.
assume it's a dog bed. It just looks like a treadmill because of how it's square-ish.
Oh yeah, there's
Okay.
lots of dog beds that are square. That's a common thing.
So can it easily just be a regular dog bed, and he's just keeping the dog on the dog bed during streams?
But he's teaching the dog to behave when, certain commands and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, and he was saying like he was saying something about the the place command. Like he's trying to use that as the phrasing for the dog to stay
I take
in
it the dog
place.
was an adult when he adopted it.
I don't know. The dog was adopted a year and a half ago. It looks like,
But
and I can't.
mastiffs are huge when they're adults. But I
They're
think
also
Yeah.
huge when they're pups. I thought.
Well, they're
Like, I
kind
thought
of
it-
mastiffs are just kind of huge in general.
Yeah, they are
like,
kind of big as pups too.
They're
Yeah.
they're large. Yeah.
it was just a phraseology of like, okay, I get vibration color for training and stuff, and like Yari was talking about how like you use vibration collars because they're not as bad on the dog as like a shock collar,
Right.
and they don't cause the dog harm. They just might startle the dog, which might lead to the howl. And it's like, okay,
Maybe why the dog howls, it's startled.
Right.
all right, and I was like,
And
okay,
it's possible the previous owner used a shock collar.
it's just the streamer himself today, while defending himself, said the dog is well behaved, and I was like, okay, I understood everything, and I was down for understanding where this train was going until the
Until he
person
said that.
yeah, until he said the dog was well behaved, and I was like,
The only
if the
thing
dog
I can
is-
think of is he has it, like I said, he has it because the dog, if the dog is still young, like less than 2 years old, dogs aren't always well behaved at that point, and he might get exuberant and do something, and this is the way for the man to stop it before it gets to be a bad thing. I
okay,
mean,
and that makes sense. And that's why
Especially
I
with-
asked Ducky,
especially-
though, 'cause Ducky owns
Especially
dogs.
with bigger dogs, because bigger dogs are typically they need to be more athletic.
it's kind of like the
So-
way Magma's very aggressive with you and can hurt without realizing he's hurting.
I guess like
Yeah.
if I had a big dog like that though, I probably wouldn't keep the dog in like the nest for 2+ hours though, would I? Wouldn't I just like,
Yeah, I mean,
Unless the dog had been really active that morning and this was his rest time.
okay, going back to that topic, wouldn't the dog then just stay in place easily then?
No, because the dog wants to be near his owner. The dog wants to be.
I was gonna say
The
dogs
dog
do.
is like a cat. He
dogs-
wants to be near.
Yeah, they do get antsy like that.
Okay, so why wouldn't you just move the bed closer to your stream setup then?
That would be something you'd have to ask him.
No, that's
why.
why I'm like, is there a reason why like with a big dog like that you wouldn't just
Maybe
like,
it's the logistics of the place he lives that it just doesn't work.
All I'm going to say is that even without knowing this streamer, there are a lot of people who own dogs who are not technically animal people. And it may just be that he, is using it to teach the dog to give him space. Because typically, unlike cats, dogs do not give you space any time of the day. Like, ever. Like,
Okay,
if the
see,
dog
I have-
if the dog loves
okay,
you,
I
they will
have-
be in your bubble constantly.
So
Yes,
okay, so
dog-
that's my ethical that was where I'm at ethic. Like when the dog howled, I told you like what bothered me most, and the reason why I got uppity on Twitter about it was because when the dog howled, he just looked back and went, "Just stop that." And I was like, every time Ryder has made a weird noise, pain, odd, I get up and I look to see where he is at or what he is
Because he
looking
didn't
at.
react like the dog was in pain. He's probably used to the dog has probably developed this is my sound, so you'll pay attention to me. It's kind of like the way Ryder does things to get you to pay attention to him. Like you were talking about cats not being clingy.
Well, not to most cats, at least not
I
to
take
the
care.
extreme,
Somebody
and not the
since I
not to
got
the
home at noon
extreme
today.
of dogs.
Yeah, no, like Ryder and Peach are both overly clingy cats compared to most cats I have seen in my life.
Yeah, I mean Peach gets mad if another cat has crawled up next to me where Peach thinks he needs to be. He will actually lay on the cat or shove his way in or actually attack it so it moves.
So like
Because
I'm
he's-
I'm
that's
trying
his
to
one.
I was trying to ask these questions because like I am okay if I am wrong. I am perfectly okay if this is just people trying to make a dude look bad because it's easy to make a dude look bad.
Yeah, and especially and you have to understand the people who are pro pet or pro animal or anti animal cruelty will see monsters when it might just be a shadow. I'm not saying there aren't bad guys out there.
Oh yeah, no,
But-
yeah.
They
No,
they sometimes overreact
on his ass.
to
No, like that's like half this controversy. When I saw PETA, I'm like, I didn't even know PETA was reacting to this, but PETA apparently has because the person's in California,
Oh, of course.
and I was like, oh, that's good because like that's just what we need. The crazy extremists
Yeah.
offering
but that's
to
what happens. PETA and the what's the other one? ASPCA? Yeah.
Well, the ASPCA doesn't just walk up to people's front yards and euthanize them, though.
actually, no, the ASPCA, I think, was involved in some of the PETA things like that.
No, they were got in trouble with the breeders. And
Okay.
it was not the national entity. It was local chapters in specific states where breeding is allowed. The
ASPCA,
ASPCA.
the ones that went, is it PETA or ASPCA that went into the labs and would let animals loose when they might not have should have because they might have been dangerous animals
Oh,
with
that's
what
PETA.
they're hearing.
That's PETA. Every time there's been an animal associated crime where violence has occurred, it's probably PETA. Like 99% of the time, it's PETA doing something deranged.
Yeah, or the
Like
killing the pet on the porch because
that's
it
PETA.
wasn't.
That's
Yeah,
exclusively PETA.
I
PETA's the
remember your dad being torqued off over that, angry,
Oh yeah,
and
because
he
they
actually
should have gone
said,
to
and he
jail
actually,
for assault. That didn't.
I remember he got mad at the ASPCA because somehow they defended what PETA did, the local branch of ASPCA.
Well, yeah, it's because the argument was made of like, well, the animal's being abused, so this is reducing the animal cruelty. And he's like, just get it a fucking new home. Get it out of the environment it's in. Don't rationalize harming the animal because it's been harmed.
Well, and the thing is, the dog wasn't being harmed. It was outside on the porch and it was just sitting there in the shade and its owner was right inside the door. The sad thing is the owner was home when they did this. They
Yeah,
they they
no,
came
I mean,
onto his property to
PETA's
kill his dog.
PETA is a terrorist group. Like
Yes.
that's just a hard value I have because
Yes, I
they
have
will
to agree with
attack
you.
they will attack people's property and to get to their animals to get them out. They do not see the animals as property, but they will destroy property, doors, windows, etc., to get to pets, and then they will likely, more than not, euthanize the dog or cat on site
And why
because
euthanizing is better than getting it into a safer environment, I've never understood. How is that?
because humans are existentially dangerous to the animal. Don't you know? PETA is anti-human at its root.
Well, I'm not surprised it's anti-human.
It believes we are an existential threat to the
Oh, did
environment.
you
So
see
any
he has his own pet next to him? Did you see that?
Oh,
The
yeah, he
guy
does
was
have a little.
pointing, he's got
Yeah,
a
he does
pet.
have a little pup. Yeah, he is a little pupper.
The little puppy just did something for him. It jumped up and down and did something. I've not seen that before. Have we fought a bad guy that had a pet?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I was, at first I thought I was imagining things and I realized there really is a dog sitting there. Probably a Russian blue hound.
I didn't know there was a Russian blue
Okay.
dog.
Well, it's grayish in my picture, but
Well, I mean, that's what the color actually is anyway.
yeah, I know it's more of a gray, but yeah, the blue tick or the blue hound, yeah. Okay. Throwing away a bunch of cards, trying to get some healing again. Now I feel, and I guess for me, it's like it's part of the reason why I'm glad when we stream, because there have been times, I've had the cats do something, and it's like I wouldn't want to be on film where somebody could try to claim something that wasn't happening.
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
mean, like
I'm throwing a guardian spirit on you, and I have one to throw on me. That way, if you go out again, it will bring you back.
Okay.
I drew both of them. So
I mean, I like I don't have that concern because again, like I'm not like aggressive towards the cat in my life. Ryder gets aggressive towards me, and I will engage in like light taps. But like I'm sure someone could blow it out of water and immediately be like,
see,
"Oh my
that's the
god!" But
problem. No matter what you're doing, somebody can blow it out of the
yeah,
water.
but like, that's not the same thing as collaring an animal and ignoring it when it howls. That's all. And I guess if you know the animal is prone to howling, well, I have it
Thank
on
God
the
I
screen.
did that. It just healed you.
I was like, and if you know the animal's prone to howling out for attention like that, then why is it in the backdrop of your stream for like
Well,
2
yeah,
plus
go to a
hours?
different room. Put it in its own room where it can be relaxed.
I
And
mean, like Arbiter puts his dogs in like a large laundry closet to give them space. They have cages in there to keep them away from the cats when they need to be isolated if he's
yeah,
doing something for a long period of time. Like I think there's plenty of ways for the streamer who is involved to not be in the wrong, and they could do a good showing to prove they are not cruel to their dog. But I think what inflamed me mentally was seeing that, being like, okay, that's weird. You're not being empathetic towards your dog. but maybe I don't understand everything, but I'm still bothered by it.
Well,
And then like,
how often have you watched this streamer? Have you seen this repeatedly? Is this a first time
no,
thing?
this is, I think that unfortunately, like the dog typically is like kept in the back, but I think this is the first time anyone has seen the streamer be that agitated. Though apparently, like looking into it long enough, his audience has been critical of how he is towards his own pet in the past because he is snappy at the dog. And then he's like, well, the dog is spoiled and well behaved. And it's like, okay, but like those words, this combination of words doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Well, and
Like I
that's
would call when I call Ryder spoiled, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. I wouldn't call Ryder well behaved. He is spoiled, but I wouldn't call him well behaved
None of
because
my
he's
cats
not.
are well behaved. They
Yeah, because
behave,
he's
they're
not.
not well
So
behaved.
if you call your dog spoiled and then in the same sentence say well behaved, I feel like you didn't want to say that. Maybe you're just saying your dog is well behaved and you like you pamper your dog. Like yeah, I could think you could say that, but if you say spoiled, then that kind of implies the animal it acts like a shit sometimes, and you're
It
okay with it,
implies basically you've never been consistent with your discipline.
which is fine. You know what? Like if you love the dog, I don't give a shit. You know, like if you actually care for it, that's all that matters. But it's just the words.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
watch the
kind of a
streamer
weird
actively
situation.
because like the most of the time when I watch a streamer, I just get like I get mentally weirded out by their opinions and
Oh.
takes. But I saw this flare up and I was like, okay, well maybe they have a proper response. And their initial response
Hey.
prior today was basically, well, no, I'm not. And it's like, well, okay. In the immediate aftermath of what was done on your stream, I would have been like, oh shit, people might think this.
God,
Let me like
I have
get
to
back on
I have to
stream
go to the
and
bathroom.
show the collar.
I've got to go to the bathroom.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm listening if you want to go.
I mean, like the point it like I would be doing is like if I saw this flaring up on Twitter, I'd go back on stream because this person has lots of viewers, and so they would immediately get back on because like oh shit, second stream, and I'd be like, here's the damn collar, and then like flip off the camera, donate to your local ASPCA or your local animal shelter, and then turn the stream off. Like that's and I even like in my initial thing, this is easily defeatable. Literally just do that, and he did it today, like almost 24 hours after the initial thing broke. Which maybe he's one of those streamers who, like, when he's done streaming, he just walks away from the internet. Except that's not true. He's a political streamer. He's obsessed with being online and consuming information, according to his own words. So, like, he should have seen it. He should have seen that happening, especially in his own community, because like it took off from people currently watching, not just hate watchers, but like in the few videos I saw, there were people being like, "Hey, like, go check on Kaya." You know, like that's the dog's name. Like, okay, his audience. Oh God, mom's not here. Guess I'm not in Coruscant, so I don't die.
You should just get good.
Shut up.
Simply stay alive. I don't know.
I can't. Literally can't. He's got 6 pips basically, and I will die here. His turn. I just and Yari was like making me know more information about collars in general, and was like, "Oh yeah, this is not like." She was saying that like vibration collars are pretty tame compared to like other forms of abuse, which people do commonly. And she was talking about examples she's seen. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that shit. It bothers the fuck out of me." But like, I just have never heard. I had never heard of a vibration collar prior to today. I did not know that was the thing. And when he showed it initially, I was like, oh shit, that is a shock collar. So like until I knew what a vibration collar was, I would have thought it was a shock collar.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, is like I'd heard of vibration collars, but I didn't know anyone that had them. But also the people I knew that had shock collars, it was only to train them. It wasn't kept after that point, if that makes sense. Like the people that I know that had shock collars for their pets, it was a training thing, like I said, for people that usually have like open yards, you know, a lot of people that like live on farms and stuff, because I mean, you can't micromanage your dog. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
so
and
I
I mean,
don't.
like at the end of the day, you've gotta protect your yard, and you've gotta
Yeah,
make
and
sure that
like
the dogs
so
are wandering
usually
off.
like the family I knew that had they had used shock collars was they basically you could set a perimeter on it, and so they set the perimeter of what was their land, and they didn't let the dog go further than like an acre from the house. Luckily there wasn't any like there weren't any like trees obstructing them from seeing the dog, but like they didn't want them to go further than that, which fair. um but but they only ever did that when they got like a new dog so that they understood like, hey, don't go past this point, kind of thing. um
And I could understand that, but then you were like contextualizing it that way. I'm like, so why would you do it in the house? And
yeah, that's
like
why I mentioned that there are a lot of people that own dogs because they want a pet, not a friend, is the easiest
yeah,
way
no,
I know how to describe
I
it.
know exactly the energy you're talking about. No,
And
I
it's
know.
very yucky, and it's why I don't like a lot of people. It's actually part of the reason why um I was really glad that the one time that we brought Ryder to Possibilities, I like praised Karen because whenever Biscuit tried to get at him, she got her and told her to chill out. There are a lot of people that own dogs that would not do that
No, I
because
know.
they're
That's why I've
either
been
just
reticent
entirely
to ever take.
ignorant or they actively choose not to train their dogs.
Sorry about that.
That's why I was reticent to ever take Ryder to a public venue because I'm used to people being
Right.
honestly like monstrous about their own pets, being like, well, it's your problem, not mine. And it's like,
Yeah.
but it's your dog
Yeah,
being
like that one
violent in
lady
that
that was
regard.
walking the two dogs that was bigger than her when we went to Phil's that one
Stop
time.
looking at my dogs. It's like, yeah, well, they're looking at me aggressively. Well, they're meant to look that way. Stop looking at them. It's like,
That's not.
That's why I hate people who take their dogs in public and take their dogs everywhere. I don't take my cats
Yeah,
everywhere
well,
for the
because that's
reason.
it, and it's something that a lot of dog owners complain about too. Because if your dog is not socialized or trained to socialize, whether it's with other dogs or people, you don't take them out. That rule
Oh, but
applies to
see, you have to
anything and
understand,
everything.
in the organization I travel for, there are people who have dogs. Some of them they're just bringing them because they're their pets, and some of them bring them because they claim they're uh,
Like emotional support or
therapy
aid.
dogs of some sort.
Yeah.
Now, there was a big black lab in the courtroom all last weekend, and other than hearing its collar, medals dangle once in a
Oh
while,
yeah.
or
Yeah.
him kind of chuff at her, you didn't know he was there because he was very
Yeah,
well
and
behaved, and he was a
that's
companion.
most like actually trained like alert dogs or dogs that like are an aid
Right.
in some capacity. They don't care about anyone else because they go into work mode and
And
like.
she could actually, like, she was one of the conductresses, so she had to walk to the altar without him.
Mhm.
So whenever she had to get up away, she would hand the leash to a person sitting behind her,
Yeah.
who obviously the dog was comfortable with, because the dog did not react in any way whatsoever, just moved over and laid down next to the woman.
Mhm.
And then it got up and was tail wagging the minute the woman walked back over, you
Yep.
know?
Yeah. And there are a lot of people that like and
But
this is
then you
what
have
I
the
was.
people who take their little yippy dogs to the
Oh
hotels,
my
and
god, those people
all
make me
weekend
so
long, all
mad.
you hear is the yippy dog, in its room.
Yeah, those people make me extremely angry. As someone who really
No, the
liked.
dog is well behaved. It's just little yippy dogs don't shut up.
Well, it's also there are a lot of people that when they have little dogs like that, like my brain immediately goes to like Legally Blonde, like keeping them in their purse, as that a lot of those people don't actually bother to train those dogs. They're just like, oh, they're cute and little and they're
Yeah,
fine. And it's like,
yeah.
no, like it it applies with any pet. Like they have to be trained to a certain degree. Like like
Now it is
you
funny.
know.
My next door neighbors, have the two little dachshunds,
Mhm.
and dachshunds have never liked me. These two dachshunds love me. They could be on the other side of the house, in between the house and the church, in the yard. She's got them on their leashes.
Mhm.
They hear my door. Millie is immediately pulling and running with the leash as hard as she can pull my neighbor to get over to see me and to say hello to me.
Oh my goodness.
And Willie
Yeah.
is the same way now.
Well, and
And
that
the funny thing is, Willie is almost 2 years younger than her,
mhm.
and Willie is way bigger now.
Well, and that's why I was saying, like, it's not that cats aren't clingy. There's just like a level with dogs of like you have clingy and then you have actually no boundaries.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny
Dogs are
because
very quick to get anywhere and everywhere you will let them.
it's not that Millie isn't bad. It's cute because she
Oh
just
yeah,
wants to
because
come over and see
they're
me.
just excited. They're little balls of sunshine.
Yeah,
Most of them.
they want me to say hello to them. They want me to pets them, you
Mhm.
know. And I always say hello, Millie and Willie, when I come out, so they know. I kind of wait till they see me and then say,
And then say hi,
hello,
yeah.
Millie and Willie, you know.
Yeah.
So, and Willie's doing, I think, mainly because Willie's doing it mainly because Millie does.
Does it?
So,
Yeah.
because he's
Well,
younger.
yeah, and I mean that's any pet I've ever had is very monkey see, monkey do. I mean, unless you get in trouble or something, then it's the opposite. But
Sorry about that.
You're fine.
I am discovering I am going to cease buying my protein bars. I
Uh-oh.
did not eat protein bars Wednesday to Sunday while I was out of town
Mm-hmm.
and did not have the stomach issues. I've eaten protein bars for breakfast Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday now this week.
Uh-huh.
And
And,
I've ended up having the stomach issues. So I
issues,
think
yeah.
I think
What protein bars are you eating?
it's the same ones I've always eaten, those Nature Valley, the chocolate almond peanut butter.
You might check to see if they have whey protein in them.
They have whey protein. I think they've increased their whey protein, is what I think. They're
Yeah.
still only 10 grams, but my body has been reacting, and it's like the body reacts a certain way after I've eaten them versus the way my body acts normally.
Okay, I am gonna say if you hadn't had them in several days, and then you started eating them and you had a bad reaction.
No. I was having the bad reaction Monday and Tuesday of last week before I went out of town. I've been having the bad reaction every day I eat them. So I decided to go 4 days and see, is it that I'm eating bacon, which is greasy? Is it the
Right.
greasy food that people claim with the Ozempic? Or is it the whey protein?
No, it's peanut butter.
No, I can eat peanut. I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and didn't have this
No,
reaction.
stop. You eat crunchy peanut butter, but the peanut butter that is in your protein bars is creamy, which has added milk, and you are probably
Because
more
there's,
lactose.
no. There's peanuts in the protein bar too, and almond. No almond.
It's stop. The peanut butter spread in the protein bar is creamy peanut butter spread, which has milk added to it. And because you're on Ozempic, your lactose intolerance is spiked up. Which
Yeah, but
means
I was
that eating.
kind of having this problem before the Ozempic, and
Okay,
it's
if you're
no,
having it
it's
before,
not,
that's fine.
it's not increased. It's the same as it was before the Ozempic. It's just, it's much more. I know it's the protein bars now because
Oh.
I was testing to see whether it was the protein bars or because I've had people saying, "Oh, it's your greasy meat you're eating. Your grease, the grease from the meat. You know, grease will
Well,
make you."
that's just people being weird. Because like grease doesn't work that way inherently. Like, but no, I was gonna say, having gone through this, I learned this about peanut butter with me recently. Creamy peanut butter typically has milk added to it to make it creamy compared to crunchy peanut butter, which is a little bit more
Did not
rough
know
and
that,
tough.
but then I've always been a crunchy peanut butter eater. So.
Right, and so I was doing for a time like 4 PB&J sandwiches throughout the day at work, and I would have a bowel issue at some point at work. And one day I was like, let me switch. I limited everything, and I figured out it was the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I went to 2, I didn't have any tummy issues.
Mm.
The next day I went up to 3 and immediately had tummy issues. So the next day I did just jelly to see if maybe the jelly was bad or something like that. Had no issues. It was the peanut butter. Wasn't the
And
bread.
that means you have to eat crunchy now that you don't like.
No, I will continue to eat the creamy. I just have to limit how much I eat. I only
Okay.
eat 2.
Oh,
It's
seriously, stop it. No, I'm talking to Zeke is here telling me I've almost picked up more than I carried. Some of my stuff went to my bank. Visit my dorm room.
I'm just saying that, like, at the end of the day, like, a lot of my life post Ozempic, even no longer on it, has been me coming to terms with the fact that, like, my tummy reacts very differently now, or it's just more sensitive. So that's why I brought the peanut butter. Is even if you are eating crunchy peanut butter regularly, like I know you do, the peanut butter spread is different on a lot of things that have peanut butter spread in them. Hi, Sky. He's going over the cliff. Ah! Anyway,
Hello.
are you still recovering from last Saturday, Sky? Are you still having meltdowns?
Just a moment. I'm tossing some things so I don't
Oh
have
boy,
my.
eat the crunchy. No, it's gross. I don't like
Oh no.
peanuts in.
Okay.
I'm now sick. I'm sorry,
Sky,
Sky.
let me explain,
No, no,
Sky.
stop,
our
stop,
feeling.
stop. Hockey was the one saying eat the
Yeah, that
crunchy.
was Hockey that
Sky's
said that.
apparently
Okay.
Sky's apparently sick. So pop off on the hockey, but Sky, how
Okay.
do you feel about
Okay. Hockey, I will explain the family of Zealot. Zealot and Papa Zealot are unwashed heathen because they only eat creamy. The only
yes,
real peanut butter
clearly
is
unwashed.
extra crunchy Jif. And
It's
I
not
do
like
mean
I don't eat peanuts. I love trail mix.
I was
just
gonna
don't
say,
like
can I
peanut
get
butter.
added? Can I get added to this list because I eat the honey roasted creamy? that's my
Oh.
that's my favorite.
You're an unwashed heathen too, then, okay?
That's fair.
That's okay. Hockey's an unwashed heathen, probably because he hasn't washed recently.
Also because for context on why we're making fun of Hockey, he ate 25-year-old sprinkles last Saturday.
You
No,
don't,
no,
you
no.
don't like.
Against Their Sky, I like some crunchy peanut butter. It's good texture. Yes, there is only extra crunchy Jif.
That's what she said. Anyway, yeah. No, I don't like I don't want crunchy in my peanut butter. It's a smooth thing. I want smooth with smooth.
See,
do
I
not like-
found the crunchy offsets the bread sticking to the roof of your mouth and unable to chew the creamy
I'm
peanut
not
butter.
like apparently everyone else is dogs when it comes to the peanut butter. I'm not. I don't have that issue. Maybe eat differently.
Well, maybe it's because you don't understand. I put like a half an inch thick layer of peanut butter on my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Dear
I do
God,
too.
woman.
I
I
do
love
too.
peanut butter.
I do too. I have never had my mouth. I've never had that issue.
Well, good for you.
Apparently, I'm a
I
mouse
did.
goat. I don't know. It depends on how much peanut butter you put on it. Sky. I always make sure you cannot see even a trace amount of bread on the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I'm still fine for the sprinkles ducky. My stomach is strong. Yeah.
Whatever you say,
know,
bud.
Hockey.
Whatever you
How's
say,
your
bud.
liver doing?
Yeah. Real.
Just when I was throwing some stuff away out of my
I actually, to be fair, I didn't think that. I thought the eating 25-year-old sprinkles is just weird.
25-year-old sprinkles.
Yeah, Hockey ate 25-year-old sprinkles on Pop Tarts because they didn't have sprinkles in the Pop Tarts last Saturday. And everyone in the group who was playing D&D with us this time was repulsed mostly mentally because why would you do that? And Hockey's like, I wanted sprinkles on my Pop Tarts. And I was just thinking the entire time, like,
I don't understand tisms. What Sky is saying. That's just.
no,
'cause-
it's an internet phrase to say autism.
Yeah, it's just a short.
Oh, okay.
As in, like, my autism, like, hyper focuses on this regard. So I say my tism
Okay.
focuses in this regard.
Okay.
So, like,
okay.
so Sky probably was talking about texture, and that was explaining, like, how
Why
her
he did-
autism,
She doesn't- Okay, she doesn't do it that thick because that would cause her autism to kick in.
yeah, because it's probably too thick, sensory.
Or the crunchiness is just wrong feeling and sensations.
I put a minimal amount because it's okay. Yeah, minimal amount. So I encouraged it. Yeah. Oh, did you, Sky? Well, fuck you. Don't encourage that psychopath to eat things that are bad for him. I was repulsed on Hockey, you're a godless heathen. You're supposed to toast your oven the hot
Yeah, he
Pop-Tarts.
microwaved it and then put
Why
the sprinkles
fuck
on
would
it.
you nuke your Pop-Tart?
Because he was already putting
Why would you-
25-year-old sprinkles on it. He might as well double down, I guess.
Why would you dry out your
Too hard
Pop-Tart
to
to make it warm?
Wouldn't have been too hard to chew if you
Well,
microwaved
you see,
it?
that would require you to have good teeth, and I feel like Hockey is at the point where he's just like, oh yeah, I'm just eating it because it's a rock. It's like, Jiminy Christmas, at least toaster it, like a real toaster
See-
or toaster
See,
oven.
I've never liked my Pop-Tarts warm because then the inside stuff burns my tongue. So.
Well, that's why you don't microwave it. This is the microwave thing.
Well, I don't
Well,
microwave it or toast
and
them.
I-
eat them.
I had that problem with toaster strudels a lot because toaster strudels are really good, but God, they burn
Oh
the fuck
yeah,
out
they
of you.
are. Oh,
But
I
Uh,
love
that's
my
why you
my
never microwave a
strawberry.
toaster strudel.
I love my
That's-
strawberry
What?
toaster
No, I
strudels.
never microwaved my toaster strudel. I was just saying that was that was the problem I had with toaster strudel is that they're good, they're really good, but they burn the fuck out of your mouth. Like you could sit it there for
Whoa,
like,
how? How are you cooking them that
huh? Are you replying to chat or what?
you? How long were you cooking it that it burnt your mouth?
I burn it. Hello. I cook it until it's a little like brown on the corners.
Oh, so you actually
See,
burned
my
it a bit.
my
No,
toaster
like
strudels told me to
toasty
toast on
burn.
the lightest setting twice.
My toast
So
was
I
burnt to
do
the fat
that,
parts.
and then I let them cool while I'm putting the icing on them.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
supposed to like keep the icing cold too, so it actually cools it as you put it on it.
Yeah, and then I let it kind of cool a little bit more, and then I eat them. You don't eat them right from the
Yeah,
toaster.
they say
boy,
literally
they
on the
burn your
package,
tongue.
let it cool 1 minute, and so you're supposed to put the cream on it, whatever the thing
Well,
is.
yeah, I
and
did that before it cooled off because it would melt and spread further. But
Where did you go?
I went to Danton. I went to
Okay.
finish the quest.
I had to dump some stuff. I'm now making my way towards you, trying not to get into a combat here.
Meanwhile, I like my coffee cold. I actually like coffee cold too. I think coffee tastes awful hot.
Oh,
Uh,
coffee's awful.
No. So there's ways for coffee to taste good. It's just I have a a chemical condition that prevents me from enjoying caffeine anymore. Yeah, so like coffee causes me migraines
Coffee
almost
is, it
immediately.
smells good, but I don't like its taste. And
That's
for me to
why
make
you
and
you add
for me to make it taste good enough would be offsetting the whole reason I take insulin for my diabetes.
no.
I
Look
can't
up.
I can't
no, they
have
do make sugar-free syrups that you can use.
yeah, they do. You don't have to
yeah,
get
but
sugared syrups.
it tastes like burnt bitter stuff just with it. And I don't think the sugared stuff would get rid of that taste.
Well,
Okay,
that
so,
also
like-
depends on what kind of coffee you get, because like that's my gripe about why I never get coffee from Starbucks anymore. It's because I didn't
Yeah,
realize that
make
the
up
that
lactose-free
that
milk.
that
Yes,
Starbucks
yes,
actually
guys.
burns all of their coffee
I love
beans so
caramel
that it all
mochas.
tastes the same.
Look, 20 seconds in the microwave makes them softer. It's like my ghetto chilled cheese. Toast the bread, then cook 30 seconds. I'm gonna stop reading that comment. That immediately triggered me. What was the point of toasting it if you just
Put it in the microwave.
okay, hockey? If you're gonna toast the toast and then make grilled cheese, just turn your toaster sideways and put the toast on with a cheese slice on them.
Alternatively, you could just get in the bath, run a bath, and throw the toaster in there with you.
Well, I don't want him dead. Jeez, woman. God, that's such a nuclear solution to the godlessness of making a microwave grilled
Hold up.
cheese.
I wonder if that means I need to okay. We
Holy
need to go
shit,
to
Bucky.
are you ready to go on?
What, were you not ready for the toaster bath joke?
You're not supposed to say that to it.
No, I didn't say the phrase. I didn't
Look,
say
when
the
you do grilled cheese,
phrase.
you do it on a griddle or a press. You can also do it like
Grilled cheese, you can do it on. Okay, yeah, me and I unironically think me and Zealot are gonna end up getting a panini press, because Zealot was talking about he used to
Panini
have one
press.
in
yeah, we sell
college.
panini press.
Or like
You
a-
don't need one. I have you have a cast iron skillet griddle that does perfect with the grilled
Oh
cheese sandwiches.
yeah, I forgot. I was gonna say because Zealot was complaining because he's been
Cast
having
iron
to
griddle.
learn.
Oh.
Yeah, the flat skillet thing I have here at home. It's a cast iron griddle.
Yeah.
Cast iron's perfect for grilled cheese.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If we want it, yeah.
You
Well-
know, well, no, I have it and I use it. I'm just saying I thought I gave you some cast iron, but maybe I didn't.
No. 'Cause we don't
I
have a
know
stovetop
that
that's functional.
Kathy did, but we haven't broken it in. Like we haven't seasoned it.
We have a grilled thing in the oven.
You gotta
That's great.
season it again because it hasn't been used in a while.
Yeah.
We have a
see,
skillet.
Sky,
I've done skillet grilled cheese.
See,
and
my
that has
that's
been-
what my dad did, is that he had one of the little cast iron things that you can put over the burners. But the problem is that one, our stovetop is currently not working, and two, it's an electric flat top, so I don't know how well it would work.
I
'Cause-
use is my electric skillet that I have, that flat thing I
Oh, yeah.
used to make pancakes on all the time, Zealot. That you can also make grilled cheese
I mean,
on.
I use our skillet that I bought for $20 at Wally World to make grilled cheese, pancakes, and I do quesadillas, and it's
Hey,
working
you
great for
didn't make
that.
pancakes. I made pancakes.
I have made pancakes in that. Do not lie.
Well,
Do
not for
slander
me, apparently.
sitting and
Fuck
waiting
you.
on you to go talk
Yeah,
to Rosa.
sorry. I made French toast for you. I'm sorry.
Oh. Oh, okay. Now I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
yeah. Now toxic.
That was a
Toxic.
while ago, okay? I
Yes.
forgot.
Okay. Well, I thought about it earlier this week, but you got mad at me, so it was not no French toast for dinner.
It's Wednesday. What do you mean earlier this week?
It was like Monday or Tuesday. I thought about
Wasn't
making
we?
French toast, but then we had like a little petty fight, and then you're like, I'm gonna Dairy Queen. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I won't make French toast. Then.
Well, that was for
'Cause-
lunch, though.
No, you had Dairy Queen for Dinton.
Oh, yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't getting Dairy Queen because of the fight. I was getting Dairy
Oh, that's-
Queen because I had coupons.
Okay.
To be fair, it is our.
Stella, you can teleport to me. I need to go put my food away before my cat tries to get it because I had Aussie fries tonight for supper and there's leftovers.
Well, yeah. Imagine thinking you can leave your food unguarded for even a breathing moment. I don't know how Mom does that. We could not leave any food on the.
I was actually talking to my supervisor about that today. I was like, yeah, my cat is unironically the only reason that we have rules at our house is like generally we're very chill, but like you cannot leave food out in any capacity. It is the one rule.
Throw it up
Yeah.
because his
Like
eyes are
whenever
bigger than his tummy.
whenever Arbiter left at McDonald's.
God, that's so vile to think about. It was there for a couple days before Ryder even found it too.
I know.
Uh,
You know what? He commits to the bit. I'll give him that.
but yeah, no, I've done skillet quesadillas. That's how I cook the quesadillas every time. I grill the meat and then I bring them inside and make the quesadillas in the skillet.
Oh, well, you were there. Never mind. But I'll tell chat. We actually we saw our neighbors earlier this morning and found out that they also do like bring their little fire pit around for Halloween. So I think we're just gonna hang out with our neighbors and our friends on Halloween in the yard.
I mean, it's because I actually like our neighbors too. It's wild and crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny. So the reason that we ran into them is because they had to get HOA papers signed. They what was it? They like took down a tree and they created like a little 3-brick wall for their garden in the front yard and apparently painted their shutters to match the door. And so they got, I assume, fined and then had to get signatures from other neighbors on like I guess okaying it. I don't.
Flag tower.
But it was really funny. And I definitely cussed in front of their kids without meaning to because one of the kids was like, "Why are they making us like get this paper signed?" Like talking about the HOA. They were like, "What's the point?" And I was just like, well, you see, that there's
And then
not."
You said it afterwards once we were inside. I was like, "You did what? How?"
Yeah. Well, I realized I cussed in the moment, but if I brought like attention to it, it would have made it worse, you know? It's fine.
Yeah, it's just like, I like our neighbors.
I mean, I don't know that I did like that much collateral.
Yeah, I never know.
I mean, you're talking to the woman who gave them like 100-piece chalk set. I think me and the kids are cool.
No, but now the kids are gonna be going, Mommy, what did that word mean that she said? And Mommy now has to explain.
Well, but she's like at least 10. Like she's
The youngest I think is 4 or 5.
he's
middle
like 4 or
child
5.
is-
But yeah, I was talking about the
The middle
daughter.
child is at least 7 or 8, and the eldest is I think 10. So like, they're not babies. They're not toddlers even.
Yeah.
Like
So
it depends on where they are taught and what they're exposed to.
they are a religious family though. That's why like in my like once you said
Yeah.
you did that, I was just like,
look, I told you, even if I am Christian, I'm not very good at it in that sense, okay?
Well, now it's more like we talked about afterwards, like Arbiter and his wife. When we have kids, we're probably gonna be the same. Where like we don't mind the language, we'll caveat it and make it clear they should not say it outside the home. But like inside the home, we're not gonna pretend to censor ourselves when like this is our normal
If
personality.
they don't censor what they watch or something, they basically allow them and then they answer the questions.
Yeah, they rob them of curiosity, and I think that's better than pretending that there's things that are out there.
Well,
That
Zella can
aren't,
say that his mother never tried to censor herself, but wasn't always successful. So
That
We
was
watch wrestling as a family. We watch
no,
wrestling as
it
a
was my own
family.
language. I mean, I cuss like a sailor at times.
I was just thinking, like, no matter how much, like there was the hope to raise me in a specific way, we watch wrestling. Like, there was a lot of like jiggly flesh in front of my young eyes
Talking
for
about the
most of
cussing,
my.
I'm talking about is the crassness and the yeah.
Well, I mean, that's going back to the jiggly nature. Like we were talking a couple weeks ago, like you were like, "Man, Stephanie Vaquer is risque," and I'm just
oh
like, "Mom, we grew up. You and Dad and I watched WCW in the day of the Nitro Girls. The Nitro
Okay,
Girls
in
wear
the
less clothes.
'90s, Big Busted was. They went for a while there where they had a lot of small busted women that they made look big. It wasn't like they were well endowed women. It was like it was
They
that
were
whole
still
'90s.
skimpily clothed.
Well, no, it was yeah. They weren't jiggling all that much. They had a lot of muscle there.
And they just weren't wearing a whole lot. You're
I know,
arguing a weird argument here. That's why
but
I'm
see,
like,
that's not what your dad and I ever talked about because to us, there should be none of this whole shaming of bodies and we must hide our bodies. It's the whole, that's what happens. That's why girls like me grew up in the 70s and 80s hiding everything because we weren't a perfect body. If your body wasn't perfect, you shouldn't be showing it.
yeah.
no, I'm just saying that like
It wasn't
I
the
got
body stuff for me, it was more of the
yeah, that's great.
understanding.
I'm trying to explain. Like my awareness of sexuality came really quick, and I got used to it really quick. So like when it came to sex stuff, like my reaction and curiosity was really really low because like
We
I
exposed you to it so you
stick
wouldn't
yeah
be tempted
yeah
by it.
I had seen it a lot. Like there's a lot of homes who would have been bothered by that. We had people who
Hi,
talked about that
hi,
in the
that's
future.
me. Hi, I'm Holmes. Hi.
Yeah, like the whole idea of like, oh my god, you're watching a show where the women are just dancing around with their asses hanging out.
Yeah, and remember your youth minister said that to me. At least the fighting's not real and the women actually do something other than just carry a sign saying the round numbers.
Yeah, no, I constantly have criticized. It's not you. Just I don't think UFC has the round babes anymore. I
They
think it's
did
MMA.
originally. I thought they did
They
it
did.
along with
They
MMA.
got rid of the round babes. I think it's just MMA that has the round babes now.
I mean, at least they have female UFC fighters too.
And boxing used to have it too.
Yeah.
Because like while you're watching two men beat the shit out of each other, what's a great way to help displace the violence in between rounds? A hot woman being nearly naked on front of you.
And that's where, when your youth minister said, well, I think they're too dressed too sexually, I said, those women could kick your butt in an alleyway if you try to do something. They are able to defend themselves and they show they are able to defend themselves. They're not some helpless babe walking around carrying a sign. And he looked at me and I said, do not even talk to me about wrestling. It's fake. Your stuff's real. Those men are really trying to kill each other. They're bloody to a pulp at the end of a match. And he never talked to me about it again. Because he realized he didn't have a leg to stand on with the argument. The argument he was trying to use, because if he was complaining about you seeing too many sexual babes, you see too many sexual babes in an MMA and UFC fight back then.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that like as a kid, like that was my sexual awakening came really early. So like a
That's
lot
because
of
your dad
how
didn't want you. Your dad was of the opinion that if we let you see it in controlled situations where we talk about it, you won't be curious and end up getting into the kind of trouble your dad did when he was young.
yeah, to be fair, the dad also paired that with being a horrific prude, which was hilarious.
Yeah, your dad was a private pervert, public prude.
Which
Is
I'm
which
just
is
saying,
completely which is completely the kind of church he grew up in.
yes. But it also made for some funny interactions in my youth because like I clearly didn't care. Like it didn't phase me, but it clearly bothered him that some things were done in ways like that, like with wrestling and stuff, with some of the storylines they did, because they did go over the line, in terms of like decency, if you are religious.
Dad being
But
bothered by the wrestling stuff. He never mentioned it to me.
okay, this is the joke
So
of
it was
like
funny that I pointed out to him when women were cold. But
I think yes, he would laugh it off, but I also think he got weirded out that you brought it up every week, every time, men and women.
Well, the
You
men too,
noticed it.
because I thought it was
Yeah, you
hilarious.
noticed it every time they were wrecked, that it was cold in there. You would make jokes like Dad was a prude. Dad would be sexual towards you. He was not sexual to the content in front of him. That was not how he was. He was not like super reactive to sex stuff on TV. It happened and he didn't really give a shit about it because like it was TV. But like when you brought his attention to it and made it go from being TV to real life, he would get flustered really quick because he's like, "Why are you telling me about the dude being a
No,
I didn't need to
actually, the
know
funny
that."
thing is, your dad looked at me once and he says, I just love it when I can look at other men and say, my wife tells me to look at beautiful women.
Yeah, because you would immediately like, look, her.
I'd be like, no, I usually just said, it must be cold in there. That's all I had to
Now,
say.
there was a couple times where you had to explain it because you would not. You came back to like me like venting about how like when we were watching professional wrestling as a kid, not every arena has consistent temperatures, especially with the amount of people in the stadiums.
We're
And
talking
so
about
it's not.
nipples.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for like athletes. If you watch any event of wrestling, it's okay. My girlfriend tells me it's okay to Google women. That's real.
It's
And
fine to
that's how you
ogle
know.
women. It's what is it? Wallowitz says, my wife doesn't care who gets my motor running as long as I parked in the right garage. So that's from Big Bang Theory. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was tracking, but I was also like, yeah, I didn't feel like that was a very funny joke, but I get it.
Men are visual. Some women are visual. Yeah, I mean, it just people, but it's what you do with what you.
Yes, the joke. I'm a visual learner. Could someone please show me what boobs are? Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Your mom.
I've,
I was gonna say
wow.
your mom has probably not seen that.
Yeah, no, it's a very intense meme online. Never seen it to be honest. So Big Bang Theory. I've only ever seen it in the house of Mama Zealot. I never watched it outside of that because, like we talked about it before, Mama Zealot and I, like several of the friends I went to college with,
Or
feel like
unfortunately,
those characters, and it feels
yeah.
like mockery rather than tribute. And I can't get past that because it just makes it hard to. I'm a hands-on learner, Lamau. Yeah, same Sky, same. I'm hands-on. Could you show me how to?
And see, for your dad and I, we went to school with those guys, and that was just what all computer nerds were like back in the 80s. So
Yeah,
they may have been undiagnosed. They may have just been antisocial jerks. You never knew.
I mean, unfortunately, that line is not dissimilar. And the problem is like it's fine if you're going to go down they're antisocial, but if you are going to do that, make them clearly like incels, where they're like hostile to everyone, not just
Some of the guys I knew in the computer science department when I was still a computer science major would have been called incels nowadays.
yeah, because they were hostile to women writ large, not
Oh,
just.
especially women in the computer science industry. You don't belong here.
But like we talked about this before. My friend that helped me write my master's thesis has a lot of things in common personality wise with Sheldon. And the first couple seasons, Sheldon is not portrayed as a quirky know-it-all who likes getting in people's faces. He comes off very autistic, which is funny because I watched the pilot recently for Big Bang Theory. He wasn't coded like that in the pilot. So
No, they admit they changed it after people started reacting to him.
yeah,
I like
they
the
made
way he
him
was in
more.
the pilot, and that guy is who he eventually became. He did evolve over the series from what you saw in the first season later on. They finally he adapted and he learned and especially Penny. Penny worked with teaching him things
Well,
so
yeah,
that he
because
understood how to interact with people.
I like the little young Sheldon. I think what's funny with young Sheldon is I understand is they have retconned a lot of Big Bang Theory in young Sheldon. For instance, in Big Bang Theory, Sheldon's dad is considered basically a negative character at all times.
He's
But in
already
young,
dead by the time the Big
but
Bang Theory.
he's talked negatively the entire time. But in young Sheldon, Sheldon's dad is done like how John Goodman's character was on Roseanne. where he is not actually the deadbeat father you think he is. He's a good. He gives a shit about his kids. He wants to help his
Like
kids' father.
in the later seasons, it's actually the last season or two when Sheldon thinks he's lost the chance at the Nobel Peace Prize because it turned out something happened and he's devastated. Um, Leonard says, I have a videotape that if it's the worst thing that can ever happen to Sheldon, he's to watch the videotape. And it's young Sheldon talking to Sheldon. And it was basically recording young Sheldon made for himself. Because it's funny, if you're really Sheldon, what am I thinking of right now? And they both say robot monkey butlers. And it goes on, and like 2 minutes into that, all of a sudden it cuts to being recording of his dad being coach of a football game when his brother was in high school. And actually, what the father says, Amy goes ahead and watches it. Sheldon gets mad and walks away because he's been recorded over. Amy goes ahead and watches it, and it turns out he walks out just as his father is saying to the kids that, I'd love to be able to say it's like halftime and they're in the locker room. I'd love to be able to say that we've got a chance of winning, but I'll be blunt. We're going to lose, and we're probably going to lose bad. But let's not make it easy for them. Give them hell. And the brother goes, give him hell. And he says, son, your mom's recording. Don't talk like that in front of her. And it ends up that that's what his dad said. Sheldon all of a sudden goes, my dad and I were a lot more alike than I realized. I'm not going to give up. And that's what makes him and Amy go back to working on the thing that gives them the Nobel Peace Prize at the end of the Nobel Prize at the end of the series.
Georgie
but
is
it's
the older
interesting
brother, right?
because-
In young Sheldon, guys, because like if he's the one that sleeps with the teacher, I've seen a lot of his clips, and yeah, he's an enjoyable character. I can understand why you like him in Young Sheldon. Because I think in the early
Georgie
seasons
now
of Big Bang
has his
Theory,
own, hey, Georgie now has his own show. It's the young Georgie, and it's basically Georgie and the woman he marries, his first wife, like their first year of marriage. It's a new series that started this fall.
yeah. So basically, they fully have retconned Sheldon's family life from like the first 3 seasons, because like by watching Young Sheldon, you don't think his dad is a horrible father, and you don't think Georgie is
The
an
horrible
abusive.
father thing is because Sheldon could not understand redneck macho men because that's not him.
No,
so
it's not
he
just
went
him. It's also his mom. His mom spoke negatively of the dad.
Right. And he believed his mom because his mom always supported him, and his brother and his dad, in his mind, didn't initially. And he's come to realize by the end of Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, when they
Like-
retconned it. That's what I'm saying. They retconned the
No.
initial
What I was
trajectory
going
of
to
the
say is when
family.
Georgie comes to his wedding, or when they go to invite Georgie to the wedding, because Georgie's not going to come, and Sheldon's mom won't come to Amy and Sheldon's wedding unless Georgie comes. So they drive to Texas. Leonard and Sheldon
You're
drive
not
to
supposed to be. The mom is actually the bad guy in Young Sheldon, Sky. It's actually like a part of the plot. They realized that the fan base at the end of Big Bang Theory hated Sheldon's mom so much, they just doubled down on it and made her the bad guy, effectively, of
because
Young
she
Sheldon.
loved him clearly. I mean,
Yeah,
and actually,
she loves
okay,
Jesus
wait,
more
wait,
than
wait.
him.
That doesn't make sense because in the scene where they go to talk to Georgie in Texas, you find out how much his mom sacrificed for Sheldon to be able to go to where he went for all of his education. Sheldon going to Germany for the semester. His mom couldn't afford to go, and she basically worked her butt off and used all of her savings to make sure Sheldon could go because his teacher told her the only chance your son has is if he goes to Germany. So she sacrificed and that's what Georgie talks about. And Sheldon's like, well, I never knew that. And he's like, you're right, you ninny. You didn't because we
Well,
were
yeah.
told to protect you from what mom was doing, to not so that you
Right.
wouldn't.
I think
go.
I think I've
Right.
actually seen that episode. My parents also like Big Bang Theory.
But to be fair, though,
So.
like Young Sheldon is shown entirely through the biased eyes of Sheldon.
Mhm.
So you think his mom is an overprotective preacher Christian. You think his dad is mildly abusive, good old boy. You think his older brother is a like weed head dumbass. And when he is not on screen, the show is actually enjoyable because you realize none of the 3 characters are that way. Though still, the mother is portrayed as the most negative figure in the show. because she's not that she's not supportive, it's that she doesn't tell Sheldon the truth about how people see him. She would rather spend time protecting him from the world rather than educating him on it. Which is why, like, the sacrifices she makes for him, she never makes it clear that she sacrifices, so he becomes an entitled shit. Which, like,
which is why that episode with Georgie at the end of Big Bang Theory is so cool, because Sheldon develops a new respect and love for his mom from what George told him. And like,
yeah, but it's still not resolving the inherent, like, there's
it
a
does
conflict there that they never fully resolve. I feel
They
like
did.
properly.
They did when she comes to the wedding. They do. They actually, I think they resolve it.
Oh yeah.
So that's me,
Yeah,
and I've watched the entire series multiple times.
yeah, because the mom had come up before, like she had shown up before in Big Bang Theory.
Oh, she shows up at least once a season, if not more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
But
Sheldon's mom and Leonard's mom hate each other, and Sheldon loves Leonard's mom because she's so intellectual and non-emotional.
And Leonard hates his mom.
Yeah.
That's because his mom wrote about him in all of her child psychology books.
Yeah, she didn't want to actually be a mom. She saw her own son as a science.
Actually, that's something that happens in the last season too. Leonard finds out that he says, "Mom, when is the experiment going to end?" She says, "Oh, it never will. I'm continually finding out new things by watching how you live." And he realizes he either has to accept his mom the way she is or end the relationship. And he basically looks at her and says, "Mom, I can't stand what you do. I can't stand the way you treated me, but you know what? Nothing I say is going to change that. So I have to forgive you. And I love you and I forgive you." And she just stands there, paused, because she doesn't understand it initially. So
Right.
there's even a reconciliation between Leonard and his mother by the end of the series, which is kind
I
of
don't know.
cool.
That doesn't sound like reconciliation. That just sounds like
No, because she
You
goes on
can't-
to say stuff, and they do hug, and they tell each other they love each other at the end of the episode. I mean, there is reconciliation. I'm just stopping there.
I was gonna
because
say
I just
she
found-
phrased it like by saying like I love you and like I know I can't change you. Had like a light bulb went off.
You
in
know
his
what?
mom's
Well, that was
head
before the
kinda thing.
and that's before he said, "I forgive you." And all of
Yeah.
a sudden, she says, "I feel a warmth in my chest. I've never had this feeling before." And it was interesting because I forget who else was in the room, and they basically kind of hint that maybe that's love. But anyway, I mean, both the characters are broken in their own ways. I mean, Leonard's mom broke him as much as Sheldon's mom protected Sheldon. So, I mean, but that's a lot of the guys I knew in college who were computer geeks in the 80s. They were broken in some way. They had been broken by the fact that they were nerds and didn't play sports with all their parents wanted them to, or they didn't know how to socialize at all. So,
I think the issue, like we talked about this before, the issue I constantly have with the show is it wasn't until the show became super popular and they started getting pressure to deal with the fact they were making autism look like a negative thing in general that they started making the characters enjoyable to watch. Prior to that point, it was just a bread and circus show where you were supposed to laugh at the characters. You weren't supposed to empathize or feel for them. You weren't supposed to have
Yeah.
any sympathies for them.
Well, because
They were a
that's why my
of
parents
nerd
got into
culture.
it because my parent, like I've explained, my parents are not nerds, like by any meaning of the word. And so that's
you're supposed to judgmentally laugh and condescend the kids on screen in front of you with Penny because Penny is the normie in the group. And you're supposed to identify with her and take that perspective. And the director went on to say that when they initially made the show. Because when you watch the pilot and you watch their feedback when they made the
intentionally made Leonard and Sheldon that way because those were the guys he hated in college.
Yeah, no, he was a normie who hated nerds and he was trying to make a series about how nerds suck. I mean, it reminds me of the guy who made 2.5 Men. When he killed 2.5 Men off, like the last episode, which was his anti-Charlie Sheen episode, was basically like, and any man who is like this in real life, and it basically went on to explain like a different series of tropes that aren't just Charlie Sheen, but could be portrayed as like toxic masculinity,
Mhm.
but if you watch the show up until that last episode, the character who was the most involved in Jake's life as a positive male figure, no matter how fucked up his character was Charlie. Charlie went to bat for his nephew every fucking time, even though he was a broken, messed up man.
His father was an. I can't
His
even
father,
describe.
his father was a worldly man who was not interested in being a dad.
No, it
It,
wasn't. It was like he was broken in so many ways. He didn't have any way. He didn't know how to stand up to a woman to be an equal with a woman because his
what
mom
was
was so
funny was
awful.
is I watched that last episode where they sort of deconstruct Charlie and try to make
I've
fun
not
because
seen the last episode.
what was funny to me was is when I remember watching Two and a Half Men with you and at Bruce's years ago, like it was very easy to see the criticism of the type of men that are seen as weak in society in the form of the dad in Two and a Half Men. But at the end of the series, they tried to claim through the presentation of the show that that wasn't the intent all along. They weren't attacking weak men in the society. They were talking toxic men like Charlie Sheen. And it's like, but 9/10 of your series was about how men need to be stronger and more durable. And if you are
Alan was
weak
such
willed
a
to
doof, and
everyone,
it was basically how Alan was such a doof, and Charlie had to rescue him all the time.
right? Because Alan wasn't inherently weak. He was choosing to be weak because he thought it was the right thing to do.
Hi,
Everything was fine.
Bringles.
Hi, Bringles.
We've
Hello.
fallen down the rabbit
No,
hole
no, no, no,
talking
no.
about TV shows.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and the funny thing is that guy John Cryer that played Alan, your dad loved in the movie Hiding Out. He's a completely different kind of character in Hiding Out, and he was awesome on NCIS's later seasons as the ship's doctor who's friends with Gibbs. The
He's probably
bald
in for a bit. How'd your audition go, Bingles?
audition.
Yeah, Bingles
Yeah,
is in
I was gonna say Bringles is our friend that does they do acting.
yeah, they're in SAG.
Okay, cool. Audition for show, movie, play.
Something. I mean, NDA, mom.
I was gonna
NDA.
say they usually can't
okay.
say.
Sorry.
Well, it's
curious.
I mean, despite Zealot pointing and laughing, it's something that I learned very quickly when talking to Bringles. Is
I
like
deal with it when it comes to the government side. That's why I started laughing because it's like, well, what do you do for your job? Stares into the camera. That's why I went to him.
Funny, it's like me as a librarian. What's one of the first things people ask me? You got any funny patron stories? Yeah, but I probably can't tell you the stories because you might know who I'm talking about.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
And they're like,
But
what do you mean? And then I have to tell them how about 15, 20 years ago, I read an article about a librarian in a small
did
town.
I get killed?
No, we
Yeah.
finished the combat
No, I
because
got
I'm
killed.
there too.
I got killed.
Oh, I showed to go back in there. I'm with you. We must have both gotten killed. We were so focused on what we were talking about, we died in the combat. So we got to heal. Let's go find healing.
Whoopsie daisies.
I just drank a potion.
Well, where you? Oh, well, you got to wait on me then, because I'm gonna have to drink a potion.
I was like, how did I die? Were you just not
Because
healing
I'm
us?
seeing it's got the little red arrow. We can go back in. Grab the little red arrow and go back in.
It's like, were you just not healing us?
I don't know. I was casting spells as they came up, but yeah, no. I think we got so focused on the talk, I wasn't paying attention to the combat, and I don't think you were either. If you missed it, you died. So
I mean, I rely on you for healing. I have 3 healing spells in my deck.
it wasn't just the healing. It's obviously we weren't paying attention, either of us, in some way.
I mean, the worst part is like, again, I can't do healing with this character. I don't have healing spells. Like, we are dependent on you for healing. I was doing group damage. We killed 2 of them. That's the worst part. I was seeing who we were killing there. We had taken out 2 of them.
That's okay. I forgot to drink a potion, so I'm gonna have to heal myself.
Oh, no!
Whoopsie daisies.
You didn't stop long enough. Anyway.
I clicked the
I
button
was
while I was
telling you,
moving.
and I didn't pay attention.
Mouse
I
and
put a potion, but it didn't take it because I started moving right away. So it obviously thought I overrode my own action. So
I
I'm
was
ready to die again.
Okay. I literally drank my potion while I was walking. I don't.
Obviously, mine wouldn't let me do my potion while I was walking. It needed me to stand still to do my potion.
That's okay.
I'll drink a potion right now if it pops up and lets me.
It's
drink
not
a
gonna.
potion.
It's not gonna. I'll hire Coruscant.
Actually, it should.
Nope. It'll have you flee or return. Flee or pass. It doesn't let you heal with the potion. Because you're
Pass,
on the.
and then I will heal. I will hire the 170. You hire Coruscant.
Of course, and it's attacking. Of course. Why would she heal? And the other
Well,
one's
the
passing.
170 guy does a
Yeah,
lot of
I mean,
healing.
clearly you don't need heals right now. Why would...
Literally one person down. I don't need to heal.
Yeah.
Neither
what
one
you're
is
talking about.
healing. The koala man's passing this round. It's like, oh, okay. Well, okay, game. I'm not a hater on the koala man. It's just because he does do a lot of good healing. But damn, we literally need a heal. Why is neither one of them healing? Oh, cool. Well, at least the smoke screen was taken up by the current, and I don't.
Reminds me of our Saturday campaign. We can't heal you, but we can get you back up.
I'm back, alive. Welcome back, Sky. So did you get like COVID or just like tummy issues? How'd you get sick, Sky? Did you eat 25-year-old
They
sprinkles?
got COVID. I'm sorry to hear that.
Today's
I'm asking
lesbian day. What? I didn't know there was a day for that.
It's, huh. These weird fake internet holidays concern me. Once
You
again-
say weird internet holidays, but like I don't think the internet made them.
Now most of these
They
are
must
like
have come about from
I
the
just-
internets.
I just didn't hear about them until I accessed the internet.
that typically like all of the. We had a sicky thing going around the house. Oh, that sucks. I hate that. The duck never got sick from working with kids, but the number of times I got sick after Duck dealt with sick kids today was fucking brutal.
Which is also doubly funny because I have an autoimmune disorder. I do.
I know you
Yes.
do.
Okay. Here, Ducky. You
fine.
interact with those sick kids all the time. You build up an immunity, even though you have an autoimmune system. Zealot, on the other hand, is not exposed to them, does not build up the antibodies for those specific sickies. So when you bring it home to him, he reacts to it.
Yeah. He should get those antibodies,
Well, that would require him to be working with children instead of what he does.
which I think he would
Either
blow
way.
up in the first 5 minutes.
Yes, I do too, because his mother doesn't have the patience for small children all long period.
The worst part is that he doesn't. He most of the time, like, he's not. It's not that he's not patient. He gets really like anxious about interacting with kids because he's not used to
he's
interacting
not
with
done it a
younger
lot.
kids. So
Anchor brought it from work, gave it a scorp, and then a few sicky weeks later, hit the other roommate for 2 days, and it finally hit you. Oh, okay, nice. So the original COVID experience of it hits one person in the house, it hits everyone.
oh my god, don't even talk about it. That's literally the only reason that I got COVID is because I had fucking roommates who were fucking idiots. Well, okay, granted, it wasn't their fault that they caught COVID, but their dad apparently started running a fever during Christmas that year. And didn't tell anyone, even though there's a global pandemic going
We had
on.
a conversation. We had a conversation about that, and it was literally like they knew they shouldn't have gone home because their dad was feeling sick and he was a COVID denier.
Yeah, and
It's
then they
like-
came home anyway because the other roommate was in that like 2-week period where like you may or may not be sick, but you still are carrying. So he was fine the entire time. But then I proceeded to get the Omicron variant and like blow my brains out with fucking snot and mucus.
I got COVID from a family trip and everyone left. God. Oh, we knew someone who was family from Once Upon a Time, who literally had a family event and then had family members die from the family event from COVID. It just reminded me of that.
You'd be surprised. There's some COVID variants that aren't that bad.
No,
They-
there
they're
aren't.
mistake-
I had the only COVID I've had was the Delta variant. And if it weren't for the fact I had done a test because I was out of state when my staff member called me, I would have assumed it was my sinuses reacting to a part of the country I had not been to. So the flora is different and I have allergy issues.
Yeah.
The people that were family friends, they got sick from the first wave. It was like 3 months after COVID first started, really. So like,
I'm
they-
still not
they-
over
they
you.
were-
Was it an aunt and uncle of yours that went to Alex's wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna say hi, shake hands, and I was just like, nice to meet you. Because I think they had just come back from L.A. or something crazy like that.
No, they had gone to a casino. They were Louisiana. You said L.A. and I was like, no, they weren't in California. No, they were in Louisiana, L.A.
Oh, okay.
Because they were
Because I
they had
remember
gone to
I ended up,
Biloxi.
yeah, I remember I ended up talking to them about like, yeah, I'm
Isn't
from the Gulf
Biloxi
Coast.
in Mississippi, not
Yeah,
Louisiana?
Yeah, but
yeah,
they had gone to New Orleans. They were doing a casino.
but
run
if
on
they're
the Gulf
I was
Coast.
gonna say if they're casino people and they're in that area, they probably know of Biloxi because Biloxi is.
And
I think it
the
has
aunt
like
uncle,
5 or 6 different casinos.
the aunt and uncle that Ducky is talking about are the ones that travel to Texas every year, Mom.
Yeah, I know who she's talking about. I know my
All right.
aunt and uncle. They've never been, they've just become big casino people because they were never like that before. They always went south because he wanted to go fishing. They
Yeah, I
always
don't know.
traveled to where he could go fishing.
Yeah, they became casino people in recent years. But anyway, like when they came back for my cousin's wedding, they mentioned that like, oh yeah, we knew some people
No,
who
he
got
wore a
together.
mask the whole night. She was fine. He was the one that was sick.
Yeah, but like they had talked about being around sick people before they came up here to the wedding, and just walking into the wedding unmasked. And I was just like, okay, I love it when my family.
We're not in a
engages in
pandemic
together
anymore,
events.
you know.
Yeah, just go back to the indecency of coming into the office coughing at your coworkers. I love it.
Well, they've never worked in an office. They're farmers.
I know, but that's the same mentality I deal with coworkers in real life who do that. I had coworkers prior to COVID who then
Yes,
became like
yes.
COVID.
How did I catch COVID?
I know, but I was saying the people who were in my office were the people who became like COVID true believers, where like everything was COVID. The sneeze downtown was COVID. So like I and then they went back to being the crazy people after COVID
Okay, for
ended.
me, the problem is with my sinuses, I have year-round sinus problems. So if I hack or say something or cough, people look at especially the first 2 years after COVID broke, people would look at me, I'd be like, it's allergies. I'm not contagious. And they'd be like, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. Oh, I just had more stuff go to my bank. Great. But at least we beat him this time. Use flag control lever.
We put a penguin flag up. Yippee!
Yeah, because we're helping the penguins revolt.
We're hoping the penguins topple the evil Russians.
The French
That was the
liberté.
Russians.
Oh, but me saying toaster bath is too much. Okay.
What?
You say you're helping the penguins topple the Russians.
Yeah, because.
But you were getting angry at me for saying.
Yeah, for breaking TOS.
That's not TOS.
You were like, Hockey, you should throw a toaster in the bathtub.
Well, that's a violent thing. Throwing a toaster in a bathtub is the way people were killed in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it's a common way people ideate themselves. It's terrifying. And also technically a violation of Twitch to tell someone to do that
Yeah,
to themselves.
well, Twitch can kiss my ass.
That's fine. You can tell Twitch to do that, but you can't tell.
You know what? At least I'm not. At least I didn't tell a minor to do that. Okay.
That's
Go and
true.
talk to Red Rosa. I miss talking to Red Rosa somehow.
That's just another day the VTuber community is, doing that.
Still can't fucking believe that shit.
All right, it's time to engage in assaulting the Imperial Palace. Oh boy, I can't wait. Hello. Okay, this arrow needs to figure out where the fuck I'm going.
No.
Assault the Imperial Palace in Walrusburg.
Oh, there it is. Okay. This is probably a dungeon.
Well, let's find out how long the dungeon is before.
Okay.
Right about the arrow. The arrow's just zigging all over the place while I'm trying to.
Yeah, no, there's a stupid step over here you've got to go up, but it doesn't want you to go up the front door. It's over here. And then over here.
Here's the circle. Okay.
Yeah, I'll wait. Like, you let me know how long the dungeon's supposed to be.
It's just taking me in.
Okay, well, we just got a battle then.
It didn't say a dungeon. So, and I have my messages still popped for it.
That's good. When it says assault the Imperial Palace, me thinks that would be a big dungeon, not.
Yeah, you would think. Kind of like that stupid thing I'm doing where I'm trying
Okay,
to.
maybe it's already happened.
No, it looks like we've got to do more than this. Explore the Imperial Palace. You coming?
I was just going to see if there was anything to walk off.
Ah, there you are. The chief advisor warned us you might come, so we come prepared. This is where your little revolution comes to an end.
Oh shit! It's the
boy.
KGB.
Well, no, it's
So
there's
this is
Zaris.
Russian Imperialist Guard, yeah.
Oh.
This is Zaris. So they're the Okranka. They disappear in the middle of the night for being a peasant.
Ah, heard.
Middle guy, the Imperial Guard actually has less hit points than his Walrus Berserkers.
Berserkers. Well, yeah, the Berserkers would have more HP.
So I'm going to smack the first Berserker.
I mean, it's 40 HP, which is not anything really that
Not
matters.
big, but it's just funny for the boss to not have more. Usually in Wizard, the boss has more.
Well, he's not a boss. He's just a dude.
No, but the named leader, I mean, he's considered to be the superior to these two guys.
I get what you're saying, but he doesn't have like any of the normal boss stuff on him. So
if he
that's what I'm
starts
saying.
cheating, I'm going to reach to the screen and smack your nappy head.
If he starts cheating, then they need to give him an identifier so he can cheat. Because right now he doesn't have the cool labeled name that says, "Hey, I'm a cheater because I'm a boss enemy."
I'm just saying.
Oh, so
if he starts
the wizard equivalent to
he starts
legendary
cheating, I'm
actions.
gonna go Ryder and Ducky to smack your butt.
If he starts cheating and they start engaging in violence, they're going to tell Magma to unlock his third eye and go feral on the other cats in the household.
He doesn't even have a second eye. How does he have a third one?
He's unlocking his
psychic,
evil...
It's the whole Marvel, the psychic third eye.
Oh, his
psychic third... Unlock his third eye
his
and
chakra.
Goes crazy. Yeah. See beyond sight. Take down all the cats. Maybe fluid and mild congestion. Yeah, that's fair.
But like the Delta strain, it was so people were like, "Did you sleep the whole time you were quarantined?" All I did was sleep. I said, "No, I was bored. I sat and played on my computer and watched TV the whole 5 days I had to be quarantined because
I didn't get
fine. Other than my
I
nose.
didn't get Omicron or Delta. I got the Gamma. No. I got one of the bad variants because I got a temperature that was 100.
Beta was considered bad, and what was the C one?
I don't know. Because I got a 160-degree temperature and then I sweated it out and then I was fine after I recovered from sweating it out.
That may have been a part of there was Omicron variants that were really bad, so that could be a variant. Gamma. Wait, wasn't Gamma after Delta?
I don't remember how they did the stupid lettering system.
Well, it's the Greek alphabet. They did it in order.
Well, they did it in the phonetic alphabet. They did it in the military.
Well, I thought it was the Greek alphabet. Alpha,
no,
beta.
it's not. No.
No, because
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Epsilon.
I don't think they
It's
said
Delta
Bravo.
Echo. It's not Epsilon, it's Echo.
I was gonna say because Omicron's pretty far down in that, if I remember correctly.
Or if they were using Omicron, then they were using Greek lettering. I thought they were using.
They were using Greek lettering because they said beta, not Bravo. That's how you know it wasn't military; it was Greek.
That's fair.
And Gamma, Delta, Gamma.
All I remember was I had that really high temperature, came down from the flu by sweating it, and I was wondering if I had to go to the ER or not. After about an hour of sweating myself in an intense way, my fever broke fully, and I started getting the post-fever shivers. Mm-hmm. So I took a shower, and then my temperature normalized, and then I just sat on the couch for the next 2 weeks.
See, I never had a fever. Like I said, if I hadn't have gone to Walmart and found a test to do the test, I'd have just assumed it was sinuses.
Yeah, well, I don't know what variant I got because I couldn't go to a lab to see it because I got quarantined almost immediately. I don't know what strain I got, and I got it from a coworker, and no one else at work supposedly got sick that time frame, which is fucking wild. So
you could have even caught it just passing someone in the hallway that wasn't even in your area.
The worst part was that would imply that I saw someone in my building during the shifts, and I rarely did. I didn't even see my former neighbor Howard that often. When I was on shifts, I barely saw human life.
I just
Except for
know that I get tired
whatever
of the-
they did the 2319 and came and cleaned somebody's cubicle.
Oh well, they would just that was while I was at work. When I'm at work, I saw humans, but like once I was home, I didn't. That's
Oh
why I know I
yeah.
got sick from coworkers because I didn't have human interaction otherwise. And then my workplace was like, well, that's weird because no one else is called out sick. And I'm like, well, that means you've got a carrier or somebody in there. Good
Which
luck
can
on
happen. Somebody
opportunities.
have it and not react to it and give it to other people.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happened whenever Zealot got sick
That's
from
Typhoid
me.
Mary. That's what happened with Typhoid Mary. She gave all these people typhoid, never caught it herself. She was a carrier.
You're saying something, Duck?
Oh, I was just saying that's exactly what happened whenever you got COVID from me. So.
Yeah. But I had coworkers who routinely talked about that they were flagrantly like not adhering to the quote unquote COVID protocols.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, we're on shift work and we can see what's going on. Why aren't we even doing this? I get like not doing some of the most litigious like mask obsessive stuff, but like the isolating from sick family members. Well, no, I like my family, but they're sick.
But then you have me that was dealing with, I had a library system saying, oh, you must quarantine all the materials for 48 hours because you could catch it from the books.
That's
when there was a
because
doctor-
that's because
Wait,
that's
can I
because the
finish?
CDC.
Can I
that's
finish
because
my
the-
train of thought?
That's
Stop.
because
Stop.
the CDC said that. They were acting on the CDC. Remember, in those first few
No, no, no. It
months.
wasn't just the CDC. There is a company that works with libraries that marketed removing bacteria and quarantining. It was basically the cleaning stuff that would make things safe. And they were the ones that the ALA hired to determine whether things were safe and how long it took for them to be safe. And I said, you are trusting a company that's going to make money off of you to tell you when stuff is safe. And then there was a doctor who did a COVID research on the cruise ship that was the plague ship. And the big thing that came from his Lancet article was it was not the surfaces of the counters and the glasses and the tables. It was breathing on each other.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
sent them the link to the article, and the library system's like, we only take certified medical journals. We're not going to do these far right wing magazines you read. I said, Lancet's a far right. When did Lancet become a non-medical journal and a far right wing journal? And they're like, Lancet? I said, yeah, the link I sent you was to a Lancet article. Oh.
I love that they didn't even look at the link.
No, they didn't.
They
And
assumed
it
your
said it
bias.
right in the link. It says lancet.com, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, within a week of me reminding them that that was Lancet that said that the surfaces were not contagious after 15 minutes, that people are you have to be within contact of a person, them breathing on you for 15 minutes to be contagious, that they stopped doing the stupid quarantining the delivery totes for 48 hours before they pass them on to sort them to pass them on to the next library.
I was just saying at the start of that though, like the CDC told everyone to do that in the first 3 months too.
I know, and then you had that company 3M with their sanitizing stuff, wanting every library to buy their sanitization equipment. You know?
And I worked in a part of the government where they were still sanitizing all surfaces even a year after the CDC said sanitizing surfaces is unnecessary. I still worked at an agency in the government that was supporting the military where we still brought in hazmat teams to bleach people's desks because
That's why I call it 2319 because it reminds me of Monsters Inc. when they did that.
and they would do it while the rest of us were in there. Wouldn't tell us anything until it started. They would just start spraying chemicals into the air while we're there.
Yeah, you don't need oxygen. Why?
And it's like, this is going to totally help the COVID in the room by killing us. I love it here.
Yes.
But it just frustrated me that I was
guess
having to
COVID was working shift, not us.
Yeah, well, and I work in one of the states that was cracked. It was one of the last to let us go. Okay. I almost didn't have my grand court session a year and a half after COVID because can't have more than 25 people in a hotel convention center.
No wonder cons died so hard in Illinois.
I had
Yeah.
actually someone put, I had someone, Michael, Zealot is really good, that he was the dummy candidate with you when you were initiated, who got mad at me and quit coming to Grand Court because I dared break protocols and didn't wear a mask and blah, 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 blah. In October of 2021. I'd already had 3 or 4 COVID shots by that point.
Yeah, that's definitely well after the vaccines were available. And
How dare I be flaunting against what we should be doing for protocols? So anyway, haven't talked to him since. He got mad at me and stormed out, and I said, "You have to do what you have to do, and I have to do what I have to do. Bye. Tell Linda I said hi."
Oh, hey, they're playing random Russian themed songs in the background too.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, in the game.
Yeah, since I have my game silent, otherwise it'd be really hard to be on Discord, both of us with my sound coming through like that. So. Oh. Time is it getting? Oh, it's 20 to late. That's not bad. It got so dark so fast.
Yeah, I just don't want to play this beyond a couple hours.
Well, we've already been on 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
Working
I want
through-
to. I don't mind finishing the dungeon. I just after that, I'll probably want to be done for the
And the
day.
weird thing is, it didn't say it was a dungeon. It's a series of combats, so I bet we could just end after this combat and just not move on, and we
Well,
could start.
I mean,
off-
we're in a dungeon. We have to complete it, or else we'll have to do the entire thing again.
It didn't say it was a dungeon.
Yeah, we went through the stupid 4 stand thing, Mom. Every one of those is a dungeon. It's just not a big dungeon. It's like you can do this in a small time frame, which is fine. But that's a dungeon. Remember, Wizard doesn't change its vernacular. Everything's a dungeon. It's just some dungeons are stupid big, like the Darkmoor one that you're trying to do, and some are tiny, like the Egyptian ones were like one battle only zones, but they were like separated zones for 4 people, and we went through one of those 4 people doors to get here. You know the 10-second countdown thing.
Yeah.
So like, oh,
I don't have enough pips for a heal. I will have, so I'm going to cast a 0 level spell and be able to heal you next round. Okay.
okay.
Hopefully a weapon cast and get rid of that myth boost to him. Brody, could you quit making the noises behind my head? That sounds so gross. He's cleaning himself and he's right behind me on the
no,
couch.
Bucky gets
I
triggered
get
by
it.
Ryder doing that.
It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't right behind my ears.
In the words of Zealot, but he trusts you.
He trusts you. He loves you.
Yeah, I know, I know. He's been my shadow all day. He's normally not extra clingy. You know, I was joking about Peachy being clingy. Brody has been clingy today. Turn around, there he is. Turn around, there he is. Move here, there he is. Hi, Magna. Come here, baby. Come on. Come on. the 3 boys around me. Yeah.
Try to kill that last one. But they're fire, so there's a little bit of a slow fatigue. Also, I need healing. I
I
think you
know.
do
I
too.
healed you, and then I healed me because I was down. I did a fairy on myself. I gave you a dryad the first round. I'm trying to get there, but I want to make sure I didn't go down. Otherwise, then I can't heal you.
Well, yeah. That's why I said it, and then I said, "Oh, I think you need healing too." Though you're half, I'm like less than that, but still, you're getting beat up too.
Well, that one went down finally. Okay, no healing. Wow. I dumped some cards and hope for
And the
better
first
things.
guy's about to hit one of us with something dangerous and powerful, so you might want to heal yourself so you survive the attack.
No heal
If-
at all. I can throw a treant on him, which won't
I would
kill him.
say I would save your pips and dump your hand.
I did. So it gave us both a boost to our healing. Well, I'm still up. But we both have a.
I'm barely alive.
I know.
But did you die?
No, we haven't died yet.
I have not died yet. I'm still standing here.
But what I am
I'm
gonna do is-
standing.
Where's Coruscant? Nope, you're out. Okay, I drew a Bartleby. But
I'm-
first, I'm gonna throw a regenerate on you. And
Okay.
she's throwing a satyr. So
My pips are gone. Sad.
It's fine. You don't need them. You're alive.
hey, I criticaled you.
Oh wait, maybe my pips aren't gone? That'd be nice. Sometimes they take your pips away fully.
You've got 2 pips, 2 power pips, according to what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I see that. That's good. It means I actually might cast a spell when I come back.
But you know, it'll take half your movement to stand up.
True. To be fair, I have fun knocking down the players when they give me shit like that.
What?
Yeah, what do you think about that? I have fun knocking down the players when they talk shit like that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
well aware.
Yeah.
You're the same man that was like planning to JFK my wife. So like, I know,
mean, like,
I know what you are.
It's part of the story.
Smile.
And then you guys subverted it, so I had a backup plan.
Well, you say you guys. You say you guys. I was not part of the you guys.
I mean, you were trying.
I wanted to, but I didn't know how that was gonna work. So like,
I just saw a Twitter post entirely unrelated about wrestling, and it was Ethan Page retains the North American title via murder on NXT Showdown,
What?
and he launched Mustafa Ali off the top rope into the barricade outside,
Jesus.
which is about a 10 to 12-foot drop depending on how high the ring is. It looked like a nasty bit of business, but I mean, he landed the right way. It's just,
Yeah, but
oh
that's
man,
still
It's supposed
gonna
to look
hurt.
nasty.
it's supposed to look nasty. Sometimes it is actually nasty, but still.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
saw the Twitter message of it wasn't via murder. It's just like, damn.
that guy's fucking dead, bro.
Can't just kill Mustafa Ali like that. That's fucked up.
Apparently he disagrees.
Yeah. Do that.
Hi, Ellie.
Oh, my wizard crashed.
No.
Yep.
I'll be back in a moment. It just abruptly crashed. It's very cool. Oh, okay. You're gonna claim my account's locked. Okay, wizard, try that again. That was weird. OBS is still going. Everything else is still up. It's not even Discord. It was just Wimzard. I guess my wizard got too wacky and crazy or something. Computer's not even hot, so I don't know why it crashed. Ba, 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 ba. Just keep delaying if you can, ma'am. I'll be back here when I can.
Don't worry. She's healing you, and I'm trying to find heals. I'm trying to get Pips to do a Bartleby.
Okay.
And he just hit me with his base attack, which thankfully didn't kill me, but I'm down to 834 hit points. You're at 1808. I'm at 834. And of course, Coruscant's really well off. So, and she's healing me this time, which I'm going to put the Guardian Spirit on me instead of a Bartleby. So at least if I die, it brings me back. If I get a chance to cast it. If I don't die, well, we get in a shift, so I will get a chance to cast it.
Oh, I'm back in. Maybe I think at the end of this round it'll let me get back in.
You're being healed. She threw a multi-round on you.
Ooh, my neck. I'd like to return to combat, yes.
Hi, boy. No. No. There's room right here. Hello?
My phone
Oh,
was on. My phone notifications were on.
Oh.
oh.
The volume.
Well, it killed the little one, or the second guy. So it's just the first guy now.
Yippee!
Ryder. No. No. Ryder,
But,
I'm literally
Mom.
holding a power tool. Fuck you.
Rider boy.
He's fine. He's not gonna get hurt. My hands are in the box. But he was thinking really hard about jumping on top of the box.
What's the box?
This box has
And
been
what's
in
in the
our
box?
it's been in our laundry room for like months. But you know, now
Yeah, but
that I'm
It
using
wasn't
it.
important until you needed to play with it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know about it either. To be fair, I don't know if you put it there intentionally or not, but I think it was out of sight, out of mind for him.
I mean, it was pretty out of sight, out of mind for me because that's not where I remember putting it. So
I know I should probably say for my Bartleby, but I am casting a spell because if you're hitting him and I'm hitting him, we might just kill him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 1,100 and some points.
fuck this guy in particular. Hi, boy.
Oh, if as long as I don't fizzle, my centaur
I
should
love
kill him.
you.
And I did not fizzle.
I love you. But I can't pet you. I got mud all over my hands right now. I got mud and
Quit
rock,
messing with the water, Ellie.
rock dust, which is arguably also mud.
Okay, before we go on, I need to go check and make sure she isn't dumping the water. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Me when Ellie is a menace to society.
Yeah. She has fun playing with the water.
I know.
It's just like we've had cats in the past who would like clean their paws after going to litter in the water, but I've never had a cat who just knocked over the water because she could.
Oh yeah, did I tell you that apparently well, I'll wait till your mom sits back down. It's something I talked to my supervisor about today cuz we got to talking about our well, she has dogs and cats, but I was talking about Ryder.
Ellie likes to get in the shower after I've showered. Bootsy used to lay in the sink and get wet. Peach goes into the shower after I'm done. So is Magma. I'm back.
So I was gonna tell Zealot. I actually had a funny talk earlier today with my supervisor about
Oh, wait a minute.
her pets, and apparently she has a black cat that is just rude and likes to do the cat thing of
Raven?
knocking stuff over.
I was looking to see if there's things we're supposed to be finding. I said, wait a second, because I just happened to think, what if one of the things was, you know, the Zeke things and the things like that, the flour, the vanilla ice. Okay. I don't know whether there's one in the palace. Hopefully we don't have to go through the palace again to find it if it's here.
But we were talking about our pets, and she was talking about her cat who likes to knock things off, and apparently her cat this past weekend, she has like a mantle above her fireplace, but it doesn't have anything like attaching to it. It's just a mantle that looked like it was probably 5 or 6 feet in the air. And apparently her cat usually leaves it alone because I mean there's not really much up there. Like she has like
Valid.
little.
Yeah, I was looking. You were saying something about something.
There's vanilla ice, and then there's the flowers, the polar rose or something.
There might. I mean, we're in Walrusburg, but if I look at the map, Walrusburg is the entire area. So I don't know if this isn't a labeled area on the map.
Okay, let me just look at the list of where they are real quick. Go ahead with your story.
No, you're fine.
Duffy. No, go ahead.
But long story short, apparently she decided to light a candle and put it up there, and of course, because she messed with it, her cat decided to go up there, and apparently caught her fucking tail on fire.
Oh, that's
Gave
not
her
good.
a fucking heart attack, and she was like, "Yeah, so I'm just not gonna do candles anymore." And I was like, "Yeah, nope, that's fair. I don't blame you."
Wow.
So
I do a candle, but it's up where they don't hop up to or they wouldn't get to it. It's not down low. It's on my mantle, and I haven't had a cat go get up on the mantle, at least go for the candle when they tend to go up there when I'm not home. So the candle's not lit when I'm not home. So
okay.
Polaris Vanilla Ice locations. And then I'll do the, let's see. You will find Captain Winters here when you first find him before you can collect the vanilla ice to the left of Her Majesty the Queen. So I'm glad I looked. So after we defeat Captain Winters, to the left of the Queen is the vanilla ice in this room. So let me look at the Polaris Rose. Polar Rose. I'm sorry, not Polaris. Polar Rose. The Harbor, we found that one. Forlorn, Tog, Reservoir, Frozen Tears, Airville. Those tend to be more outside locations. So, okay. So the vanilla ice is going to be in places, I guess. All right. So, yes, there is one to the left of Her Majesty when we get done with this combat. Okay.
Oh, fuck, he's fucking it up. Get the ball.
You ready?
Yeah, sorry, I was watching my boy play with
okay.
balls. Yeah, you getting it, boy? You fucking it up, boy? Yeah, you fucking
Do
it
we
up?
want to go ahead and just summon someone, or you want to try to do this without them?
We probably should summon someone. We've been getting our ass beat pretty handily throughout this entire place.
You want to do Coruscant and I'll do the level 170?
Yeah, that's fine. We don't have initiative, so I'll just do this now.
Let's see. They are fire, ice, death, and life. I won't worry about
fire, ice, life, and death. Very fun.
So I will put that on him. Okay. I'm passing. I do have a Bartleby in my deck for me to cast when we need to. Although the 170 guy tends to do quite a bit of healing and does the flourish, which is the unicorn, the powerful unicorn at the beginning of the turn. Now for the mass triage. That'd been a great time for the mass triage to be on my hand.
Hi, boy. What you doing? No, 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 no.
God damn it. He went into the piss corner.
I even put chairs to block the piss corner. So he was just like, I'll just piss farther into the wall, Dad.
God damn it.
Stanced up and everything.
Fucking bitch.
Go to your litter box. I cleaned it.
No, Dad.
The litter box is empty.
No, Dad.
You don't have to piss on the wall.
Piss boy.
That's a hate crime right there. I can't believe you do that.
Man, I'm not actually encouraging him.
Wider. Why did you aim at the wall like that, boy?
Because you're ignoring him.
No, I wasn't. I was encouraging him to play. He didn't bring me anything to play with.
Yeah, that's
Look it up, boy.
basically ignoring
Yeah,
Dad.
he's hunting. Get it, boy. The worst
now
part
you're
is
encouraging him, and he thinks he didn't do anything wrong.
no, he was starting to hunt. He was starting to hunt stock. He started walking that way. Get it, boy. Get it. Yeah, fuck it up.
Hello? Are you okay? There's an altercation occurring downstairs.
Yeah, I made it so he wasn't just shouting into the mic again.
That's why I was like, are you okay?
I'm trying to get him to go to your litter box. Or
He's
go
doing it
upstairs
again
and
already?
harass mom.
No,
Hey.
wait. He's doing it already again?
He was taunting it. I literally cleaned his litter box, the worst part.
You sure he doesn't have an infection again?
Yeah, he doesn't have anything in his urine pads that indicate he's got anything going on. There's no
Okay.
blood like before. He's not howling in pain. He's still running around like a maniac. He's still eating and drinking just fine. The only thing I can think of is I put clothes by the doorway to wash them tonight, but he's can walk around them. I didn't block the entrance and everything. He literally just went into the laundry room.
I mean, he
Now
is.
he's running up the stairs.
Oh. Meow! Meow! Hi.
I think he just does it because he thinks he needs to. I don't think it's anything.
It's marking territory. He thinks his territory is threatened in some way.
I don't know if it's because the cat's next door. I don't know if it's a previous animal. I've taken the carpet cleaner to that wall and I have cleaned it aggressively, and he still does it. So, has the thing that you used with Brody actually worked? Have you had Brody do anything recently?
He peed against the desk while I was gone last weekend, but I put a pad down so it caught it. He peed in the spot that he's always peed on that desk against it. I've moved the Xenophol now down right next to that. And so far, and he hasn't peed against the door in the bedroom. I've had this Xenophol in the bedroom the most. I haven't noticed him peeing against any of the other surfaces he would pee against. Just the desk and I had put a pad down to catch it at least, so it's not going down into the flooring. And that's the desk I'm eventually getting rid of when I can get it unloaded. So it seems to, but I don't want to say so.
Yeah, because
sure.
we talked about it.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt for you to get a jar and at least set it there, because then the smell will. The smell is supposed to basically calm them so that they don't do it. And so I have the jar sitting in my bedroom on the little table that has the TV Xbox on it. So it's right behind the fan. So the fan, when the fan is blowing, is pulling that smell into the room. So like I said, he hasn't done anything on my bed, and he hasn't done anything against the door in the bedroom, and he hasn't done the back room. And I've got one of those under the table to kind of work with the kitchen, because I smell it on the rug in front of my sink, but that could have been from before, and I haven't checked that in a while. I'm going to have to wash it just to know then whether it is that one he's still doing.
Meow.
So
Meow.
it might not hurt to buy a jar of it, but I know right now things are kind of tight. It's like
Oh shit, you found a bag to fuck up?
$27 for a jar of that. And it lasts for 2 months. You just set it and let it air. It's like an air freshener kind of thing.
Meow.
Let's see. You're okay for now. I'm okay for now.
I don't trust the noises you're making in the kitchen.
I'm gonna kill the death guy.
I was
Or you're
actually
killing
doing it.
You're killing the death guy, so I'll hit the first one. So supposedly the Israel Hamas peace deal has been brokered.
I will not hold my breath for when it will be violated by either party.
Well, I know. Every time there's been a peace deal, somebody violates it. So
Yeah.
that is the way of the world. I won't say any details, but if you're curious, go look up. There's a gubernatorial candidate for California that had a meltdown on a radio interview. And the radio interview was being filmed for television as well.
It's California. I don't really care too much, but like, we'll see if they win. Then they might become something politically important. But until then, not a big thing I care about.
Okay.
Hi, boy. What are you doing now?
I
You
think
gonna go check the trash can, see if there's food in
I
there?
was gonna say he's just kind of zooming.
Again, he gets like weirdly anxious sometimes, and I don't know how to help with that too much. Because I'm not sure what's triggering the anxiety spikes.
Well,
Do they happen the
recently,
same time every day?
No,
I was gonna say recently it's probably the meds.
the lack of them. You think the meds are
Yeah,
messing with
he's
him?
probably having some sort of withdrawal. Because I don't know how high of a dosage they put him on.
For what?
He
The
has
thyroid
he
meds.
has a hyperthyroid.
Because and with the money issues, we couldn't take him to the vet to get a refill. So like,
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's like he's acting out a whole lot. I think he's just
Except
having.
some of those meds, if you stop them suddenly, there can be adverse reactions.
Yeah, it's again like I understand that, but we can't fucking do much about that.
Well, and
He's just not
it
gonna be
was
worse now.
It was also just unfortunate timing because we had actually planned to take him to the vet right when the
I was going to say,
shutdown
do you have to
happened.
take him to vet to get a refill? Because if you could have the vet give you a prescription, you could do it on Chewy and maybe get a discount.
Well, the
on it.
problem is that they had given us that dosage based on labs, and they wanted to do follow up labs to see how he was doing.
Yeah, and that's even more expensive. Okay.
Yeah, so that was.
I end up weaning Brody off the pills because the pills were not helping at all with the problem.
The
They
problem
helped
is
with attitude. They helped
with
with him being a pest to Ellie and Magma, but they didn't help with
oh,
the
I
main
apparently
problem.
was not able to cast my spell last round. Or no, it did go off. It just hasn't killed him yet. Very cool.
Okay.
I'll be back. He's in the garbage can. I guess I gotta put in the bathroom. There's literally nothing in it, Ryder, other than Mom's stupid little candy wrappers.
Hey,
No, it's why he's in it. He's obsessed about sweet smell stuff.
it shouldn't smell sweet
Ah!
anymore.
Don't need to be in there.
Hi, Ellie. I'm glad you weren't in the water. The water was not moved when I went to check on it. Thank you.
I've been home all day. Do you want to play? Play? You want to play? I'm doing something, but I can try to play with you a little bit. I don't have my headphones on, but my mic is on, I think.
Yes, it is.
I'm playing with the boy right now, so.
I was gonna say he doesn't. I don't know. Like, yes, we can hear you.
You need to cast a spell.
I can hear you talking, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Spell.
Spell!
Yeah, my headphones are not on.
Yeah, but Ducky can talk to you.
I don't want to go down there.
I thought you could just say it down there.
I'm playing with the boy to keep him, because he's worked up, and he seems like he wants to play.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck it up, boy. Get the pickle. Yeah, get the pickle.
Oh, he still goes after the pickle. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get the pickle, boy.
Yeah, he
One of
used
the best toys I could have bought him.
I was gonna say he still uses
Oh,
that
big
and the
time.
Santa pickle.
The pickle. Yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah.
Santa pickle?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know what's with him with pickles, but those are his.
boy, you
those
It's
are
probably
his.
the right
This
shape
year
for
you're
him
gonna
to
get
like
some
hold it
balls
and like
and
kick with his back legs, you know?
Yeah,
Grab it
that's
that
what.
way.
Yeah, that's what he does with the big one. And he does it with the little one too, but he kicks more of the feather than the
You
actual
one.
toy.
You going for the kill? Get the pickle. Get the pickle, boy. He's buzzing up. Oh yeah, he getting it. He getting that pickle. Yeah, fuck it up, boy. Yeah, fuck it up. Yeah, get it, boy. Yeah, get it. Get it. Good boy. Yeah. You lazy bones. Wow. You just wanted some dad time? I held you earlier, boy. You gotta grab it. You gotta grab the toy. You gotta grab the pickle. You're batting at it, but you gotta grab it. There you go.
Yeah, come here. That was an unusual noise for you, Magmo. Yeah. Come here.
You still playing?
Yeah. I love
Still
you.
playing? You gotta get that pickle.
Yeah. There's my Magmo.
You gotta get that pickle, boy.
There's my Magmo.
Oh
Hi,
shit,
Mag.
he's gonna get that pickle. You get that pickle, boy?
Where's Ellie?
Damn, boy, you're getting it. Yeah.
Hi, Mink. Come here, Minky Mink. Minky Mink.
Oh, he ran into the fishing pole.
Oh,
Oh, hey, baby. I was just trying to pet you. You moved into my finger.
Air attack.
You okay?
Air pickle.
You okay?
Get it. Get it. Yeah. Get it, boy. Air pickle. My mighty hunter of a son. Using the clear, empty container that is one of the duck's previous clothing hampers to hide behind because he's totally stealthy, even though it's clearly clear.
Remember, he can't see you. You can't see him.
true.
That's my cat's philosophy.
Shit, he's returning to that hiding position. It was so good tactically. He couldn't be seen at all.
But is he doing the butt wiggle?
Remind me, Duck, we gotta clean his ears tonight.
He usually does do the butt
You
wiggle.
done, boy?
At least right before he pounces.
Hey, we won the combat.
Hey, boy. Yeah. You having fun playing? Yeah, what a good boy. What a good boy. Go get it. Go get the sand pickle. Go get it. I'll be back. I just heard the duck scream.
Okay.
I was screaming because I wanted him to put his fucking headphones on.
He's coming up to check on you now.
I thought the duck had gotten hurt because I heard just like a weird scream and thudding.
She was trying to get you to put your headphones on. I'm overstanding by the vanilla ice. You can come get it now. And you
Okay.
just leveled yourself.
Hello. I was stomping because I knew you would hear that.
I thought you'd hurt yourself.
You're the one that is giant to going down that bone.
It's because the boy wanted to play and he was getting really entertained and he was looking happy.
I mean, that's
Maybe he just
fine,
needed to play a
baby.
bit.
I just.
But you started stamping and he freaked the fuck out too.
Good.
Rude.
Well, your mom was
I was
trying to
looking-
tell you that you finished the combat.
Sure, there's nothing else we have to do in this room.
What?
Make sure there's nothing else we have to do in here. Do we have to talk to the queen?
No, I just walked up there and she didn't have dialogue box.
Okay.
Everything's empty in here. I mean, we can trust the
Okay, so
doors,
what's the quest now? Because this is want me to do Vanilla Ice in Walbersburg Harbor.
it's
Which I
exit
guess we
the
didn't find
it's
the one
Viva
in the
la
harbor.
Peguignonia.
Huh?
Viva la Peguignonia or whatever. That's Pinguinonia. The name of the quest is Viva la Pinguinonia. It just says exit the Imperial Palace.
Okay, and then I just did a search and it's got a quest.
I got something in the Bastille. Yes, I see that too. But we need to exit the Imperial Palace.
Yeah. You don't have to leave. I was just coughing, kiddo. Let's go outside and we'll end for the night because I need to do their litter and get ready for my stuff for work tomorrow. And we've been on for almost 3 hours,
Yeah.
2.5 hours, 2.5 hours.
There's little fireworks going off. That's kind of
Yeah, I see that.
The people holding flags in the street. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, go down the steps, Susan. Not try to jump the ramp.
I'm just gonna go to Ivan, so that way the quest is wrapped up because he's
Hey,
still above
Ivan,
the-
I'll
Yeah.
pick that one. See, Ivan. There we go. Peach, move your face. I can't. This is why I don't want you under my arm. Your face is blocking my ability to move my mouse. I just found some pearls.
Okay, so we just toppled the Russian government and brought democracy under Penguin tyranny. I mean, Penguin rulership.
Smile.
And now we're gonna go find the Baba Yaga. This is gonna go well.
Yeah, certainly nothing goes wrong.
This is. I can't wait till we come back after dealing with Baba Yaga and there's like a Bonapartist penguin in charge and we've got to topple him next. Actually, this monkey
don't
man
think
over
so.
here is like larping really hard with his twinge eye.
Are
Like,
you
he
talking
is-
to the innkeeper?
I already talked to the innkeeper. Yeah.
And done
There's
that yet.
an angry monkey in the corner over here though that it's just got like he's
Remember
got
the monkeys from Azteca? They're related.
he's
they're
got a
connected.
pirate hat and he's also got like a little navy hat on.
Yeah.
He looks very angry. I don't remember him being
But
in here
that's
before.
the monkey. No, but the monkey was that was that ship we went and dealt with in the harbor.
Yeah, yeah, they were Spaniards. I know.
But those were the monkeys from Azteca.
Yeah, they were the Spanish equivalent.
Yeah. Okay, so now we meet Ivan outside the city gates. But before we do that, we may want to go back to Walrusburg Harbor. But next time, let's start with looking for the vanilla ice that's in Walrusburg Harbor.
Okay.
So we can stop here. Or do you want to
Yeah.
or do you want to go to the harbor? So we start there.
Well, so let's see. Where's the quest at? Oh, it's not anywhere nearby. Let's go to the harbor. You said there's a vanilla ice in there. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see quest. Oh, here
Um,
we go. Appease the ice flow spirits, Polaris Walrusburg Harbor. Do that and that'll get you to the harbor at least. Then we can look for the vanilla ice next time.
Yeah.
Unless let's 8:30. It's not even 8:30 yet. We could probably find the vanilla ice and then just start there.
If you already have it queued up, I don't mind, but your choice.
I've got to look. I haven't looked on the screen. I just got to toggle screens once we get to the harbor. Okay, I'm gonna toggle the screen and see where the harbor is. Walrusburg Harbor vanilla ice. The entire pier while maintaining your right side. At the end of the pier, turn right and you'll find yourself at the sigils to the Inspector's Brigade headquarters. Enter. Once inside, turn to your immediate right past the counter and you'll find the vanilla ice. You do not have to fight the Inspector Brigade mobs ahead of you to collect this one. Okay, so I know how to do, I've got it, it's on the map here. So let me bring up my map. Okay, so bring up the map of the harbor.
Uh-huh.
Okay, down towards the left, you see the bird with the policeman's hat.
Yeah.
We got to head there. So they say go down the harbor and then turn right when we get to the end of the harbor, where that the third circle is. Okay.
Okay, so we gotta go past this. Hi, boy. You back down here?
And don't
Oh,
fight any of the mobs. We don't have to fight if we don't want to. We just have to get past them.
What? You were done playing. Fine. Yeah. Did you check on mom?
And we have to go in. I think we have to go inside the
I think we
inspector.
had to go in because I don't see anything
You'll
else.
find yourself at the sigils. Enter. Once inside, turn to your immediate right past the counter and you'll find the vanilla ice. You do not have to fight the Inspector Brigade mobs ahead of you to collect
Okay.
this one.
Okay,
So we just have to go in and collect it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hopped on as you hopped off. Okay.
Are you gonna?
It's
Okay.
not letting me.
You gotta walk off of it fully and get back
I'm
on.
trying. It's not letting me move.
Oh, it's because you jumped on it as the countdown went off. I bet you're gonna have to quit the game and exit and come back in to go to like the lobby and come back in.
Okay.
You gonna go on your African boy? Okay. Yeah. Did run around and help a bit, boy? You can play. I don't want always to play with you, boy.
Okay. I'm going on. There.
Much pluck. Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy the lay. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. There you go. There you go, boy. So right off to the right.
Right here to the right.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's past the first table.
Okay.
There it goes. It was taking a while to activate it for me. He's got to walk over it a few times.
I got it. Okay, let's get out of here. We don't have to fight this yet.
Yes, I want to leave the dungeon. Okay, I'm just gonna exit from here now.
That's fine.
Oh.
And we'll
Alright,
end
Mom.
here. Huh?
All right, Mom. I love you. You have a good night.
Love you too, both of you. You guys have a good night. And we'll plan on next Tuesday unless I hear from you otherwise. Or the shutdown ends.
Well, we'll see.
All right. Talk to me later in the week. Let me know how you're doing.
I told you we're going on a trip. I won't have a whole lot of cell phone service.
Okay.
We talked about
Who's
this at the
watching
start.
after the little Yahoo?
Well, he shouldn't need anyone to watch after him.
Okay. All right. You're just going. Oh, you're just going for the night, or?
No, but we have 3 litter boxes and 1 boy. We have a
Oh,
we
okay.
have a
Okay.
tower
All right.
and
Okay.
like we'll
Okay.
we'll do
Making
all the
sure.
things to make sure he's fine. We're gonna leave in the afternoon tomorrow, but like
Okay. And then you'll be back what, Monday?
probably.
Okay. All right. I will talk to you later. I love you.
Love you too.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Are you ready to end or?
Would you like to be done or do you want to keep working?
I'm done working. I need to pee.
Okay.
And
so I
my
can look up
BRB
food, right?
screen is apparently broken.
Oh. Okay.
So-
Well, I can look for someone right while you go bathroom.
Okay. I can go to my ending screen then, because my ending screen works. Mm.
Okay, he's Dweem. The duck is gonna go bathroom. We're gonna look for someone to wade. Oh. Pringles is live. I've probably written Pringles. Pringles only on for about an hour. So the boy's gone to go find out what mom is doing. Hmm. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, wait, come back, wife. Bingos is live. Are you okay with that? Okay. I asked if that was okay, woman. I didn't do anything else. I just asked for a confirmation. Yeah, he's playing most of Wawas.
Hi, Chad. I did not mean to be muted. I just came back from bathroom. We're gonna wait, Boingos.
Yep.
Boingos is live. They're playing Stellaris. They are one of our friends that's in our Saturday campaign. Very
Yep.
cool bean. Reminder, we will not be streaming on Saturday. We will be out of town. I am probably going to take pretty pictures of Lake that I will probably post at some point this weekend. If I remember to bring my laptop to upload them. If not, we'll be back on Monday. But yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. I know it was not necessarily the most interesting watch on my end because I was, grinding down rocks. But thanks for joining.
Yeah.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.